Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. If you are new, please hit that like button and subscribe. Yeah, remember, if you're new to this podcast, the What's Going On podcast, Normski TV, hit the like button on the road to 1K. And thank you to those people that have subscribed in the last couple of days. I really appreciate it. And listen, the channel is going from strength to strength. And listen, it wouldn't be this without you guys, you know what I mean? And I really appreciate your support. The community really appreciate it. Thank you for connecting with me on other channels as well. Really do appreciate it. And listen, people, we got lots to talk about today. Yeah, we have got a lot to talk about today. The pathetic nightmare cheerleaders that we saw last night. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. Don't worry about that. That will be one of the agendas on tonight. Yeah, we're going to be talking about our pathetic club, pathetic manager, captain, yeah, can't take this competition serious. Yeah, when it really matters, you guys do not turn up. But it is what it is. Yeah, but listen, before I go into anything else, I've got Mr. Big D in the green room, so I'm gonna add him. We say, bro.
Yes, Bridget. How you doing?
Could be better.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. Well, you had enough opportunities, Norm, yesterday.
I don't know about
just wasn't clinical. Yeah, weren't clinical, man.
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, we are going to touch on that, man.
Martinelli twice.
Yeah, Trossard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Donnarumma, whatever when they call the brother, 6'50". Yeah, holding up the goal.
Good goal.
He's massive, you know.
He's a big brother, though. He's huge.
Big brother. And listen, we know that PSG, you know, when it comes to set pieces, they've conceded a third of their goals through set pieces. Yeah, and we had that set piece yesterday, only for it to be ruled offside. Moreno heading it in, only to be ruled offside by the new offside.
Yeah.
VAR,
but you know what I mean? I didn't like what you players did, though.
Semi-automated one. No. Sorry, mate?
I don't like what you players do. That whole 6-7 man offside before the ball's kicked, then running in. You're setting yourself up for them tight calls. If one man doesn't make it.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I know it's a tactic, but it's like
it's a tactic. Jova, he wasn't too happy, but it is what it is. Arteta told him to go sit your butt back down. You know what I mean? Behave yourself. Yeah, it's not about you.
Yeah. I know, always, isn't it? He loves that, doesn't he?
It's not about you. But listen, bro, we will get into that because that was an absolute joke. You know, playing at home, at the Emirates, first leg, you'd think we'll turn up. Yeah, they completely bullied us in that game, but we will be speaking about that. But Big D, first of all, let me see how you are doing. That's the first thing, bro. How's life? How's it swinging?
Well, it's been a bit. It's already a mad week because end of month. So I'm actually doubling today. And
okay.
So I worked last night. Had what three or four. Back on the road, saw a horrendous accident. M6, A14. So they locked it all off. Didn't look good.
Wow.
So whoever lost their life, rest in peace, man. Because they only lock off the motorway when someone dies like that. Yeah. Apparently a lorry as well, which is kind of because my controller called me and said avoid it, but I'm already heading that way. I'm already, you know what I mean? There's nowhere to turn around there. Yeah. I managed to go another way to avoid the chaos, but it was like, whoa, man. And that's daytime driving, unfortunately. Daytime driving, especially with the foreign trucks as well. You know, left-hand side trucks. It's always.
Listen, sorry, bigger always. Look at his thumbnail picture. Look at his thumbnail picture, D. You remember back in the day?
Yeah, David Banner. David Banner, isn't it?
David Banner, bro. Little freak though. Yeah, I used to love that. You know when he used to change into the and he'll split his shoes and you'll see his bare feet, and then the next thing you see him running, he's wearing a pair of slippers, green slippers. What's going on?
You know the ones.
But yo, listen, AFC, I was raging, smashed the TV. Mrs. got absolutely berserk, slept in the spare room. This morning, went to Curry's and brought a new one. Smashed up. Is that for real? I saw you put it in the chat, in another chat yesterday. If you did, bro,
don't smash on your TV over football,
they must have broke you. Yeah? Arteta and Odegaard must have broke you yesterday, like you broke your TV. I went from David Banner into the incredible old man. You took that off the wall.
But I've seen these things on Instagram where where people are watching whatever their sport is, the NFL, whatever, and just put a baseball bat for their TV. I'm like, bro, that's a 60-inch TV.
What are you doing? Have you ever thought of put your foot for the TV when you watch?
Oh, I have. Yeah, I'm not even gonna pretend. I had to walk out of the room. I nearly just threw my laptop at the TV. That where Man United just did a madness. I said, bro, shouldn't have said it's football. Don't you dare. Because you get so invested, Norm. That's the problem. You get so invested. Yeah. And when you see a madness, you're just like,
man said it's still in the doghouse, D. Man said it's still in the doghouse. Yeah, man said it's still in the doghouse. Big up yourself, please. Go, rewind. Go and subscribe to Yassa TV doing bits. Listen, Yassa posted on his Insta. I don't know if you saw it, D. I posted it on our chat. When expressions, in the PSG top down at the Emirates.
No, was he?
Trolling us hard. He was trolling us hard.
He's shameless, you know. He's shameless.
Oh my God. You know what, D? I cannot have it. Tottenham or Man United cannot go and win this Europa League if we go out. Yeah, because who would have had the best season? All right, you're finishing fifth. I know, at the end of the day, your season's been terrible, but D, somebody's walking away with a trophy.
Yeah, and I'm on another fantasy group, Norm, and I was talking to the youngsters, saying that I know a lot of Arsenal fans in their 50s that if nothing happens this season, they want Arteta gone. They want a fresh start, and they were like, "Whoa!" What? I said, "Listen, your generation." I said, "This generation is used to competing properly under Wenger. Your generation is just kind of, oh, yeah, give him time." I said, if he was on mainland Europe, he would have been fired. Norm, Real Madrid and Barcelona and Dortmund, not Dortmund, and Bayern, they're not putting up with that. Inter Milan, they're not putting up with that, Norm. He has to win this tournament. He's got to turn it around.
Why is it that our fans accept this mediocrity? Yeah? Why are fans sitting on the fence? Why can't they make their mind up? Listen, I know that he ain't going to go. Yeah? I know he ain't going to go. Because this mediocrity... that's what I'm saying. I know he ain't going to go. Yeah? There's not enough noise made. And you've got these fans, like, bigging him up. Yeah? They think it's Arteta FC and not Arsenal FC. That is the big problem. This is the big problem that we've got. Yeah, this guy could do no wrong. This guy was up against a well-qualified manager in Enrique last night.
Yeah. But I think that's... I did say to you, Norm, that now you've got to the semis, you can't get this close and not get to the final. And in the final, as you know, Norm, there's some elements of luck in any final. So you've got to get there. Once you get to the semis, you got to say, right, we've done all the hard work here.
But some of our fans are talking like we're ready there. Yeah, they're forgetting that. They're forgetting the PSG. Yeah, all right, because they thought the PSG that we played back in whenever it was, October or November, whenever it was, when we beat them 2-0. It's not the same PSG. They didn't have
the group stage, wasn't it?
The group stage. They didn't have Kvaratskhelia. They didn't have Dembele. Yeah. Right. He absolutely ruined us. Absolutely ruined us. Listen, while we're on the subject, let's just talk about it because I
talk about it, no man.
I need to talk about it because if I don't, when I'm just pent up, I've done my match reaction and all that. But we need to talk. How did you see it? I don't know if you watched the game. Did you watch the game? What was your?
I watched it up until. This is what I would have done, and this is always a gamble. I'm actually going to play Saka through the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's your most creative, so he can play that false line, and we know he can shoot. I think this Saka cutting in has become a bit predictable. I think it's easy to defend. Yes, when he gets the jets on, he can do it, but you just don't want to see him. If Marino's not your natural, well, Trossard's too hit and miss for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why I would say let Trossard be a creator on the wing. And let the focal point be.
I hear what you're saying, but Trossard is not quick enough on the wing. Trossard is one of these guys that you take off the bench. Yes, he's had a period where he's been scoring goals. We see that in the league, but the league is gone. Yeah, it went a couple of weeks ago. Okay,
who's the other one? Who's it? Who's the
So
youngster?
you got okay, so let me tell you the squad. Right. So the squad yesterday, back four. Goal, obviously Ray and goal. Right. We had a back four, Timber, Saliba, Kivior, and Skelly. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Then in front of them, so what's happened? Because Partey has been suspended, he's decided to drop Moreno back in midfield, which I don't want to see him in midfield because he's no good in midfield. Where he's effective, he's effective is up front, and that's what he's been doing, And we know that Arteta always goes back to type, and that's what we knew. We knew that he was going to play Trossard as the false nine because you saw it a couple of games ago where he was trying him out there. Right?
Yeah,
Martinelli out on the left, Saka out on the right, Odegaard, Moreno, and Declan Rice, who Declan Rice will normally play the advanced number 8.
Right. So Norm, the other youngster that kind of came through the same time as Skelly, that's a
Ethan,
isn't he not a wing back? Ethan, there you go.
Yeah, but
Ethan and Saka in through the middle.
Have you looked at the last few games how Arteta's treating this guy?
Is it?
Okay, let me give you this. Yeah, yesterday, right? We're playing at home, D. Okay, the first 4 minutes, right? They score. Where they were cooking us in midfield. Yeah, Odegaard, Ghost to guard, Rent a Ghost, whatever you want to call him. Anonymous, and he's been anonymous for the past how many games? He's not captain material. He goes missing in big games, and yesterday he has been called out. But missing when it matters, this guy does not turn up. Always turning into traffic, kicking the ball sideways, hiding. Yeah, hiding.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing is, you're meant to be the one. Yeah. That's if you got a midfielder missing like Partey, you're the captain, man. Make something happen. All I saw that guy doing, cheerleading, was
and flicking his hair back. How many times did man flick his hair back in the game?
Listen, I was on Lee Gunner's stream last night, and I don't know who it was. They brought out some stat about how many times Odegaard flicks his hair. It was some betting thing. They're taking us as a joke. They're taking us as a joke, bro.
Wow.
Right? So I'm absolutely fed up, D. So what's happened, right? He's playing. Moreno is not mobile enough in that midfield. There was too big a gap. Yeah,
you can see you were getting overrun. Yeah,
overrun. Yeah, you listen. The overrun. When you look at PSG's side in terms of who they had. Yeah, let me just go to the game and who they had. Yeah, so that was we played Tuesday, didn't we? So where is that? Let's go. Where are we now? Tuesday. Why is it not picking up? Right, move along swiftly. Where you? Come on, find you. Yeah. And today, yesterday. Why is this not going? Listen, when you're doing live, man, things always go pear-shaped, mate. Yesterday. Right, here we go. Right, let's look at the lineup. So for PSG, right, this is not the same PSG lineup as when we played them back in thingy. Kvaratskhelia wasn't even in the squad. He wasn't even in the club.
Right.
He came in the January. Dembele.
That's the number 7 guy, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
He plays on a wing. Yeah.
Came from Napoli. Yeah.
Okay.
Market opportunity, but we didn't take it up. Yeah, we didn't take it up. Dembele. Yeah, right. He didn't play in the last game we played against them at the Emirates because he fell out with the manager. He's back. He gets the goal. Drops it deep, to make a 4. So their midfield is Ruiz, Vitea, Vitea, and Raul Neves. Yeah.
Neves.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. You got them. Right. And then what happened? How the goal came about? Because our midfield was so far apart. Dembele drops deep, picks up. There's nobody around him. They showed the graphics yesterday. The same thing he did against Liverpool, he's done against us. Yeah. Declan Rice goes with him. Right. Traps him. Gets to the edge of our box. Right. The ball. Dembele now plays the ball to Kvaratskhelia. Yeah. This time you're hoping that Timber would try and lock him off. Doesn't lock him
come
off.
Across. Yeah. Come across.
Listen, hold on a minute. Remember, they've run to the 18-yard box. Declan Rice has gone with him. Declan Rice decides now he's going to go and press Kvaratskhelia. So now there's 2 men.
I saw him come across. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I saw him come across. Yeah,
man comes across. What does Kvaratskhelia do? Thank you very much. Wind that round to Mr. Dembele. Yeah, no closing down.
That's too easy, wasn't it?
Too easy. Too easy.
Yeah, he had time to think about the shot. Yeah.
Okay, let me. Just carry on talking. I'm going to send.
Yeah.
Just give your thoughts in it. I'm going to just send my man this.
Yeah. For me, that goal was way too easy in terms of what the defense did. Now, some are blaming Saliba for that. Now, it happened so quickly. To be fair, because I was actually shocked because remember this is like 3 minutes something into the game, so everyone's sort of settling into the pace of the game, and then it just felt like a sucker punch from behind. Yeah. Like I sat there and I went, because I was even going to text you, Norm, because it was like I just sat there. I was doing
the watch along, innit?
You know, watch along.
I was doing the watch along. Yeah. So you could have texted me, but I didn't mind.
Yeah, it was like to say, Norm, what was that? It's almost like they wasn't quite woken up yet, and I don't know why Rice felt the need to leave the runner. You know, you're like you've left the runner. Like you don't need to leave the runner. Just stick with the runner because, like you say, once that ball comes in, like you're wide open at the back, and that was an easy goal. I was like, okay, that's too early. But then because it was too early, I thought Arsenal can't be fazed by that because it's so early in the game. When you score that early, you know you can regroup.
Yep.
And yeah, I looked at it, Norman, and I felt Arsenal should at least scored once, if not twice. But that's football. Yes, he has. Big up yourself, man.
Big up yourself, bro. Yeah, I'm going to come to you, man. I'm going to come to you in a bit.
Yeah, that is football. And then you look at what. Yes, Leonie. Big up, man. You look at what we spoke about in the January window, where you, Norm, was saying go get a striker even if it's on loan.
Yeah.
And yeah, I look at Martinelli. I call him Martin Kelly because I'm like, bruh, you're supposed to be Brazilian, but boy, you are Martin Kelly. You're not Martinelli because you cannot be frothing your lines when Arteta is giving you the nod over younger wingers. That's how I look at it. And he's done a lot this season for you guys. You know what I mean? So for me, I would have been frustrated.
He talked about you know having this dream to play in this guy. You have to put that away. A ball laid on from Skelly, who I thought was our best player out of a bad bunch. He was our best player yesterday.
Yeah,
laid it on, went through midfield. You know he inverts, yeah. But we know that he's
the way he progressed the ball as well. Norm progressed the ball very well yesterday.
Laid off the ball to Martinelli. I'm thinking Martinelli, you need to open up your body more. That was too easy. Yeah, for the goalkeeper. Again, he made a fingertip save from Trossard. Yeah, but this is the problem, D. I believe it's a mentality thing. I really do think it boils down to it. And this disseminates from the manager. Yeah, he's tactical now in the game. He hasn't got a clue. How are you making moves at 80-odd minutes, 83 minutes, where you're doing light for light, and you only falls because Timber was carrying an injury or not, right? And you're doing my man an injustice, right? Ethan, bringing him on in 89th minute to do what?
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Listen, yes, sir, if I was Ethan, I'd be talking to my agent and say, "Yo,
get me gone, man. Yeah, get me gone." Yeah.
Me and Nossa spoke about
this. Talk to me.
We spoke about this time ago, the Ethan thing. We said, look, at some point, sometimes the certain players there, they just have to go because it just hinders their future, bro. Like when you know that, especially the thing with me and the Ethan thing, I've always said that if there's a player not performing, or let's say, remember Odegaard was injured, that was his opportunity to use Ethan. Well, some people said he has to ease him in. He's doing the Pep thing with Foden. That's all rubbish, bro. Because that didn't happen with Skelly. I didn't know who he was. I just seen one day he's on the bench, next day he's a star. You know what I mean? Right. I don't know what happened. I can't tell you the whole process from it. But obviously, Views on Sport, he done like a call-in or whatever. One day I finished the stream with someone and he was live and then he told me to jump on. And we spoke about the PSG game and everything I told him literally happened yesterday. If you watched enough PSG games in terms of even forget the league, the Champions League, exactly what happened to you. We knew we were gonna get battered in midfield. It may have been less of a beating if Partey was there, but a lot of these people don't rate Partey. And I told people that look, Partey is more important in your midfield than Declan Rice, but you're just giving him praise because of 2 free kicks and one of them wasn't as good as everyone thought. Yeah. When I said the first one wasn't as good as everyone thought it was, oh my days, he's hating. You know what I mean? I was told I was a hater. I was like, brother, if you played football, and even Henry came and spoke about it after. He said you have to put 5 men on the wall, yeah, if you're gonna have 2 free kick takers.
Exactly.
If you saw the angle that we saw it from, like on TV, the free kick was a bit far further away, so you can't really tell where the wall is, innit?
Yeah.
But when they show you the angle from behind, I'm like, of course, bro. Like, because I was like, this ain't a Declan Rice thing. Like, you can't bend it around the wall like that. If you've played up front, you kind of know, like, but this is not normal.
Yeah.
But then when you saw the different angle, I was like, yeah, the wall's too much to the left. He basically, all he has to do is make sure he doesn't hit the closest guy on the wall. Then it's all the free range because the ball's curling that way anyway. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If the goalkeeper doesn't expect it, if you hit it powerful enough, you're good. It's the second one that we all praised because that was a very good shot. The second free kick, yeah, I was like, no one can say anything about that, regardless of what you think. And that's not me taking credit away from him. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying it how it is, basically. Does that make sense? Now, people, I don't know, man. I think this week, I was telling people, yeah, this whole party thing is going to be a big thing because the way they play, it's all about their midfield. PSG is all about their midfield. Yeah, you might think they're short people and all of that, but it showed me that it's the technical ability that beats this whole running thing. It doesn't matter if you do cardio like in midfield, it's not going to help you. And you saw it yesterday, bro. It's like as soon as they lost the ball, they won it back instantly.
Yeah.
They just pressing everyone. And as soon as Rice wants to control the ball and look up, Vitinha just comes in, gets the ball back. And
Thank you very much.
So people keep saying, oh, this guy had a partly good game. And bro, if you played FIFA, there's a free ball in the air. It's called the L1 triangle, yeah? That's what they kept doing. That's what Arsenal kept doing. Just as soon as they got the ball, they had to get rid of it because they wouldn't be able to play on the floor.
Exactly. I mean, the amount of long balls are rare. Just hitting into just no man's land.
I remember Kivio hit one and he went out. There's a couple that everyone tried to do to anyone who was up front. It never got them. They got the ball, they reset, and they just passed the ball around. The reason he can always beat Hakimi is because he goes so far. He goes so far forward.
How Trent does. But we didn't take advantage of it though.
But he's a bit quick. He's quicker than Trent, and he's also better defensively. But that's one of the main reasons why you're kind of able to beat him on that side. They also had that opportunity with like that Gong what's his name? Goncalves Ramos, bro. Who toe pokes it from there anyway? At the end, he tried to toe poke it. Barcola, I've already told people Barcola it's that.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Winger is that everyone think, you know what it is? A lot of people see that kind of profile as a winger,
yeah.
As in, you have to be quick, and goal scoring is your. So basically, a lot of people like goal scoring wingers nowadays.
Yeah.
All the other types are not attractive. So if you're like a Sancho or maybe a player that just provides but he doesn't score, you're lacking something. But you don't need someone that scores if you have a striker because they providing for him. If you have someone like a Giroud who holds up the ball, whatever, and passes it off, then in your case maybe like a Marino, yes, maybe you want like the wingers to score. Do you get it? It works both ways. But these people they want the striker to score and the wingers to score.
And the wingers to score.
Yeah. And for them to be ballers, and it doesn't always work. Do you get it? This is why they play the way they play. And I've said also, with PSG, I'm pretty sure you noticed it yesterday. Kvaratskhelia is on the left, then he's on the right, then Dembele is on the left, someone else is on the right. And this is what helped Timber a little bit because when Kvaratskhelia left him and went on the other side, he wasn't getting cooked as much as when Dewey went on his side, and then you get it. So some people are saying, well, he didn't have a bad game, or this guy didn't have a bad game. But brother, like you couldn't handle that because once they beat you in midfield, especially in the second half, if you saw it, what they started doing is, okay, we're not going to put as much pressure on Arsenal anymore. We'll sit back. So you can have the ball. We'll rest. But you know what happens? We'll hit you on the counter, you know? And it's literally one ball.
So that's what I'm to say. This is what you call a coach that knows how to in-game manage and knows how to say, you know what, okay. He told him that. And we could Arteta was clueless. He was absolutely clueless. Yeah, it was the same old, like for like. How if you're at home, you're at home and you're bringing on a defensive. Yes, I get it. It has to be a like for like because obviously my man is carrying a knock. Yeah, but you're bringing on Ethan. with 3-4 minutes to go. To do what?
Yeah, he's got to change it earlier, Norm. And this is what I was saying to you earlier, Norm, about that front three needs to be more fluent. Saka just can't always be on the right. You've got to switch it up. You have to make that back four.
To be fair, he did.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting any joy over that side. Yeah, so he switched over the other side, and I think from there, he played a cross over, and Martinelli came in because Martinelli switched and came to the other side.
Yeah,
and he played a cross. He played a ball across to the far corner, and Martinelli just kind of missed it. I don't know if he was offside, but he didn't get to it on time, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? But he was not getting any joy.
Because you see how I'm thinking it, Norm? I'm thinking just throughout the game, rather than you purposely do it, like there's just an understanding that at some point, after 10 minutes, we're just going to switch. Then we're going to switch back. We're going to keep the back four constantly thinking about how the threat comes at them. But if they know that you're going to spend 75 minutes on the right, it's easy defending because they know the MO.
Yeah.
But
not only that, D.
But
not only that, D, we were playing with 10 men.
Yeah. Oh, you want to hear this? I was on, Lewis, the Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
I was on his watch along yesterday, and we made a joke. Well, I made a joke at halftime saying, "Have you seen their captain?" And he genuinely forgot that Odegaard was playing. It wasn't even a joke. He
can't happen, can it?
Was he playing today? Let me check. And he checked, and he was like, "Actually, I didn't know he was playing." But besides that point, you know what you saw yesterday? That's what you call either talented or players with actual technical ability, and then you sprinkle the coaching on top. It's not those. It's not like players just relying on the system completely. This is why if you move one player to the left and the right, Timber might now have to think, how am I supposed to defend against this guy? Because if you've played fullback, you know that, okay, so every winger is obviously different, You not have to figure him out. Because remember, wingers will go, they'll go short or whatever, right. And then when they realize they ain't going to enjoy you, you know what? The next time I'm going to
switch and go over the other side. Yeah.
This is how the mentality is of a winger. So you have to keep trying. So what ends up happening is you just about managed to figure out Kvaratskhelia. He's gone now because now you have to figure out Dewey. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of you're not comfortable yet. You can't get into a comfortable state, and then you have to now face a different challenge. We now look at it from when they started playing. Obviously, conceded the goal. For me, it was before the game because big up Joseph. Before the game, I saw the video of Arteta. He done basically the Don Robbie thing, the Avengers speak, whatever. You know the Avengers speech thing. I'm like, bro,
did you see it? Did you see it though? Did you see it?
No, I missed it. No, I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Hold on a second. Mute your mic,
yeah,
and go on to what our chat.
I'll send.
Look at
you put it on there.
Yeah,
just
you know
what it was.
You're gonna kill yourself. You're gonna kill yourself laughing. Because I don't want to get done. But so we say, keep going, bro.
So I've seen that. I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw the Arsenal page and I saw that video. I said, let me watch it. I don't know. He was talking about bring your beards. I know what he's trying to do. Like he's trying to rock the thing, but it's like I'm like I don't like. And before that, you had the whole Tifo situation. Have you heard about the Tifo situation?
What the shower curtain?
Yeah, well, not the one you probably seen yesterday. The ones they were putting the Money Heist people on there. Have you seen them?
No, I've seen that one.
So basically, there's a group of people that had raised £10,000 to put Tifos. Yeah. So a lot of fans have donated to put Tifos,
Yeah.
And they have put. So they had. They decided if you watch Money Heist, is that thing on Netflix where it's a Spanish TV series, and so they've put the players in those suits with Mikel Arteta on there. They wanted that to be run around, when we found out, because I was with Northside when I found out, you can't believe it. It was like the weirdest thing I've seen, that got rejected by Arsenal. So Arsenal actually said, there's no way you guys are doing this. So they had to cancel it, which is a bit strange, but it was like, cool, whatever, innit? But it kind of started for me from there. Like the occasion, I think Arsenal fans thought the biggest challenge that they're going to face was Real Madrid. And then it's almost like that's it. And I've always told people on whatever reactions, whatever, I used to go on and say, that's the beginning. You still have a couple of games left,
Yeah.
in my mind, he would have lost against Villa. Even if it was Emery, I would have
Mm.
probably picked him because he had his number a couple of times already. Do you get it?
Yeah,
So for me, it was more like, you know what? We'll have a look at it, and it was like, you just always feel like you're underneath. It's all about Mikel on those pictures. If you see those pictures, yeah, it's all basically based on Mikel. It's not Arsenal thing, yeah.
Yes, I said this. This guy's a protagonist. Yeah, it's about him.
It's about him.
How long have I been saying this, Steve? How long have I been saying this? This is about him. Yeah, everything revolves around this guy. Right?
It's a huge ego, isn't it? And
Ego,
there comes a point
narcissistic.
where you put the ego to one side and you get it done. You get it done for the fans.
I'm gonna send this to our chat.
Yeah, send it to him because I can't send it to him on there. But
let me
so
this.
This is the thing. I looked at it and I was like, "What's this like? Why are we beating PSG?" Yesterday I saw Hooks talk about the game, easy game. Why does everyone not think that we can beat them if we've beaten Real Madrid? I'm like, okay, cool, but you're already missing Partey, which is the guy you guys haven't been noticing. But you know what it is? There's a thing in, I don't know if Nomsky has noticed, yeah. Since that case thing happened with Partey, he's always been the guy that they've looked down on, innit? Regardless of whether they know he's done it or not. But they
well, this is what I said. This is what I said to Nomsky yesterday. Like, do you put Partey in that Patrick Vieira bracket as a CDM? In terms of now, I'm not comparing them like for like, but do you say this is the guy that does what Vieira does in terms of
the important, yeah, for their team.
And so
because I don't rate Declan Rice as highly as they do, and then apparently 2 free kicks he was world class, but that's a different story, isn't it?
Can you see it on that chat?
That's what they wanted to put in these games. Yeah, that's what they wanted to do. They got rejected by Arsenal and they ended up just putting the little gun, whatever that thing is that they put under their logo.
The big shower curtain in the corner.
Then it was quiet. During the watch along, I realized people were walking out.
Yep.
In the game, they're walking out. People walking out before the game ended. Yeah. They knew that their team was getting pumped, really and truly. But then after the game, people are saying the referee and this guy, Donnarumma fell over. Whatever that penalty was. I know that Mendes Saka thing was a bit weird because you'd think, you know what, it was his fault, yeah, as in Mendes, because he took too long to make his mind up here. In any other situation, another winger might get the ball off him and just go. Whereas he obviously Saka made his mind up for him kind of by tackling, and it never worked out. But this is the thing. These things don't always happen in games.
I've heard people complaining about the referee.
That's what I was going to say to you, Norm. Yeah,
I'm thinking.
It started from the commentators. The commentators were bashing. They were bashing him within 15 minutes of the game. They're bashing the ref because he gave an early yellow card.
Yeah,
and they said, he's set a precedent now, and then he wasn't giving yellow cards when the commentators felt there should be a yellow card. So then, from that moment, they just went in on the ref. I was thinking, like,
they kept saying that's so weird from the ref. That's so weird from this referee. And I'm like, bro, just keep your mouth shut, man.
It's annoying. Yeah. There's so often, I think I said to you, so often I mute games and just watch the game without the commentary because they wind me up. You're like, just let them play. And sometimes that bias, like, that British bias, you back your team, but the British bias, you still gotta be fair and say, like, if that studs up or whatever, rather than you red card him and you completely kill the game, you just like, you know what, I got to yellow him and I got to tell him, listen, man, I could have red carded you here, but I ain't trying to kill the game. I'm trying to keep the game a level playing field. So, but the commentary was just getting on my nerves. It was mad.
Yeah, I mean, the yellow card that Saka got, right, wasn't even for the foul. Even though it was a soft thing, he was frustrated. He was frustrated and kicked the ball away. That's right. So that's indiscipline there. And because the game wasn't going the way he wanted to go, he was frustrated. It wasn't going his way, so he kicked the ball away. So that's down to Saka. Yeah, that's down to Saka.
I don't think he was poor because a lot of people kept saying he was poor or whatever. Yeah, I think just when you see in these big games, we get it with Palmer as well. He's more of a 10. Sometimes the game just bypasses you, as in you won't be getting the ball as much when all the actions in midfield and the opposition's or in your own half. You're not going to get the ball as much. They drop more deeper, and then you have to recover by running all that distance. So sometimes you might just keep losing the ball. But he didn't do enough in his own thing anyway. So we get why people are saying it, but it's like,
but there's
you
an
have
over
to-
reliance, though. Yes, sir.
there's
as
over
well.
reliance on him. Yes, 100%. And then when they
It-
managed to kind of give the responsibility to a Martinelli, he couldn't score. He
Yeah,
went to just was it called to Trossard, and he didn't. It was a
Yeah.
good save, but he didn't score. So you keep looking at it, thinking who else? And I knew, because I remember when Partey was going out, you knew that someone's going to be dropped in that midfield, and that might be Marino gone, right? And I was saying, what's his name again? I was thinking, oh, if he's fit, maybe just put Jorginho on there, because if you can manage to control the game, you can get him on the ball.
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds stupid because
Is
I
he
know
fit
that
now?
he keep losing the ball.
No, he's
But
not.
this
He's
is the
not
thing.
fit.
Not fit,
He's
is
done
he?
his ribs.
I've asked
He's
and they
done
said he
his
wasn't fit. That's when I knew,
Yeah.
Marino's
Yeah,
going into that
yeah.
midfield. He's
ribs.
not going to.
Yeah, so would you have played?
Midfield.
Would you have played? What's his name? Zinchenko in there.
In midfield.
Yeah, you could have, because you could have put Skelly.
If you're a manager and you want to change your
There's,
things, this is the
there's so
problem.
many ways. No, there's
Yeah,
so
but
many
this
ways.
is the problem
You
I've
could have
got with
put Skelly in the
Arteta.
8.
He doesn't think about changing things around. He could have put, as you said, Isaac, he could have played Skelly in midfield.
Yeah.
Right. Drop Ben White on the right back and put Timber at left.
Him on the left
Or
back.
Tierney,
Yeah,
or Tierney,
exactly.
Tierney on left. You could
Take
put
off
Tierney.
Odegaard. He was ineffective.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
turning norms as well.
He got Tierney could cross a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put
That's what
Moreno
I'm
back
saying.
up front, but we all knew it. We all knew what was going to happen. So this is the problem. You lose one player and it goes pop. It just goes pear shaped for this guy.
The
Yeah,
whole
well,
And
Fix
this
it.
is all because
Yeah.
he likes these players that can play in different positions. But as soon as one player goes, it messes up the whole system. And he doesn't have a clue how to change it around because he's got Skelly, who's actually an 8. He's not a left back.
Right. But he's just
He's an
adapted
actual
himself to
8.
play there.
Yeah, he's an actual
And
8.
and this is why the way he can transition the ball forward looks quite effortless for him because
Yes.
he's
That's what I
used to
was-
playing in the midfield. But the way he's adapted to that left back role, you got to tip your hat to him as a young player because there's no fear there.
Listen, this guy.
Yeah, but at the same time-
go on.
Yeah, sorry. At the same time, when Arsenal's playing, they most of the time got the possession, so he's usually always further forward anyway.
Right,
you don't
yeah.
always see him get tested. A lot of times we've
Yeah.
seen that he's
Yeah.
been a bit iffy defensively when he, especially when that Raya guy was further forward in that West Ham game and
Oh,
some of the things. You get it where
Yeah,
people actually manage to get past him. So there is times
Yeah.
where he has, made some
Yeah.
mistakes, penalties, whatever it was. Yeah, but because the team always has possession, he's usually further forward, already playing in the 8 or even playing for.
Yeah.
And we see
Yeah.
him do the right. He does way better than some of the other players in that midfield sometimes when it comes to progressing the ball, innit? So yeah, I understand it, but it's like you could have played Zinchenko in the 10. He done well. There's so many different options or different ways. All three of us can build a squad, and it will be different. That if you said parties out, build something. I could put. I don't know. You could probably put not Zinchenko a left back. We all wouldn't do.
no. Forget that.
You could.
But you've got a natural left back sitting there
Yeah.
who can overlap and cross the ball. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and,
if you
he
got-
just don't rate him, does he? For whatever reason.
It just doesn't want him.
That's
He
another
doesn't
player
want
that needs to just get out the door and go play football.
But he will be going because
Yeah.
he's going on a free to Celtic. So it's not a case
Yeah.
as of when. Yeah.
Yeah,
So as soon
yeah,
as that
he's-
summer window is open, my
he's
man's
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
This is
Question,
gone in
do you-
January. He didn't go.
That's what I say. So, the question is, do you think next week's game suits us going for it because of getting it on the break? You know what?
It is a mad place. You've seen them already. You've already seen how they are at home. It's not. People keep looking at it like it's a Real Madrid thing. Yeah, Real Madrid is just it's an aura thing. So at some point, moment happen and you might lose. The PSG fans are crazy, bro.
Yeah, the ultras, and is it the ultras?
Like a scary place you're walking into, kind of thing, innit?
Let me tell you this, yeah. The noise that the mans were making last night, they're 2,000 fans. Yeah,
I heard them
our
on the
fans.
TV more than I heard our fans. Your fans.
Thank you. Listen, at the start of the game, they were singing North London Forever. Yeah, they were still singing it when the goal went in. Yeah, they were still singing it when the goal went in, and then all of a sudden it's like, what's just hit us? What's just happened there? Yeah, I was talking to my mate on the stream. Yeah, he goes, no, he goes, all it is a load of Arab guys and these top corporate people.
Yeah. Mali, you know what they are? They're from Mali. What's it called? Algerians, Moroccans.
Algeria,
and that.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's corporate man's going there. Yeah,
Because I remember back in the day, right now, I remember back in the day, some brethren of mine up in the Midlands went to watch Man United play Galatasaray, and they said they feared for their life, like to go there and watch football. He said it was nuts. He said he would never go back there to watch football again.
brother.
As much as it was like, yeah, he said it was so intense.
Paris,
He was like,
they're going into
he said
the deep parts of Paris. Yeah,
yeah.
They
He
are
said,
allowed to do the whole. They got the ultras. They got everything. Like
That's what
they
I'm saying,
can,
yeah.
they can just scare the players.
yeah.
And remember,
It's
you're
going to be a
already
different
down.
atmosphere, man. It's going to be a
And
different
you're already
atmosphere. It's gonna
down,
be a
and they
total-
have the one on you when it comes to that whole midfield domination and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not like you can say we can get back and see what happens. On the counter, you can't hit them on the counter, but if they sit back, they want to hit you on the counter. So
They're
you
gonna hit you, and they're quick. And they're quick. They've got quick players,
and they've got the quicker players, and your players aren't really the ones that are known for finishing at the moment. Yeah,
exactly.
so it's like.
Because
It's a
we're
very
expected
weird
to go
balance. Are
there.
you opening yourself up by countering?
Yeah,
Hitting him
and
on the
that's
break.
when we're expected to go there now and score 2 goals.
yeah.
Is that really going to happen? Really?
Because yesterday we saw so many different styles as well.
If we score, they will definitely score, right? So that's where the problem. I think what will happen when we go there, we're going to have to score early. If we score early, and then we then let them have the ball and sit back, or do I know? Listen, it's a tough one because we're not technically gifted like the PSG, yeah, because they can move the ball around quick. We can't do that. We play compared to them. It's the snail's pace. Yeah. PSG yesterday controlled the game from minute 1 to minute 90. Literally controlled the game from minute 1 to 90.
You know who scored the first 2? Villa. They scored first and then got slapped. Instantly 2 goals. Remember, Doué and Kvaratskhelia scored the one near post and the other one. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Quick. So it doesn't mean anything.
See,
from what I'm seeing,
everybody keeps going. Moreno came out and he's come out and said it with chest. He said he basically said like we will go there and we will win. It's come out his mouth. He said he said it. Well, fair play to him. You said it with chest. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Listen, PSG. They're not Real Madrid, right? And you're about to say, what's Norman talking about? Because they keep going off this narrative that we went to the burner bar and we scored 2 there and made it 5-1, and that basically what he's essentially saying is that we can go anywhere and beat any team, right? What you got to remember that Real Madrid, right? They've got a bunch of individuals that are good, but as a team, they're useless.
It's a very disjointed unit there right now.
Very disjointed. And we took advantage of that. And fair play to Arteta. Yeah, so I've given him praise, but now you've told the people to bring their boots. Yeah, you told the people to bring their boots. And
Yardman took his boots, Yardman took his boots, he put them around his neck.
Yardman took his boots. I was tempted. I was tempted to wear my boots today. I was tempted to put the boots around my neck. Yeah.
That's just like
too much, man. You already got the headphones.
Too much psychology in it. Too much psychology. It goes too far, doesn't he?
What he needs to learn to do, Arteta, is coach. Instead of relying on in-game management, but relying on emotion. He uses emotional. Hey, we have the energy. Yeah, we have the energy. We didn't beat him that phase. It's everything energy, phases, light bulbs, journey. Right?
Yeah.
This is it.
We emit emotions.
And the thing is now, Norm, he probably is panicking now in terms of you signed the big contract extension, you spent the money. Now I don't know whose decision it was not to get an out-and-out striker in January, even if it was one on loan. But I'm sure that he sat at the table in them discussions. So for me now, the pressure you've put yourself by not getting at least a goal in your own backyard to go to Paris to score at least 2 and bank that they do not score. You just heaped a lot of pressure on yourself there because this is what I said at the weekend, right? I'm congratulating Liverpool fans that are bantering, but I'm saying the league's been a poor league because Liverpool have won this league at a canter with 4 or 5 games left to play of football. That should never happen in our Premier League. You should be going at least to the second to last weekend, if not the last weekend. But the mere fact that bare teams now got to give them a guard of honor because it's already done, it's like it's not been a competitive league.
Chelsea, Arsenal, we've got to give them a guard of honor. You looking forward to that, yes?
Oh, Chelsea as well.
I got a trade going on with them, innit? We'll give
Innit?
them a golden honor with Lavia Caicedo on that. They give us the 3 points that we need. You know what I mean? For the top 4. We doing a trade, mate. It is what it is. No, but this is the thing, though. Yeah, looking at the whole PSG thing as well. Before we like leave that space, yeah, I was looking. I don't know if you guys noticed it yesterday. A lot of people were saying that when you watch the game, there was not a lot of energy from, especially in the second half, yeah, from Arsenal in terms of like they needed to get a goal back. It almost felt like it was already 1-1 and they're willing to leave. Like they were at PSG, like they were at the Parc de France. It was 1-1 and they were leaving in the next leg. They're gonna play at home. That's how it felt. Whereas PSG let the foot off the gas because they kind of knew we're going home later, but it wasn't the same case for you. So it was.
No.
So it was like
it's just
all the energy. Like for me, was thinking, where does all the energy come from in terms of we're definitely gonna win? Like, because I watched that Mourinho thing because I don't know, I follow all these Arsenal fans, so it popped up on my thing and I seen it. It was like, we're playing. We already think we're gonna win, and I'm like, what did you think? It's just gonna be a miracle, and you have to put the work in. You know what I mean? Because I know I've played Real Madrid twice. I remember in recent times, or twice or 3 times, whatever. I've never played a Real Madrid that's this poor in terms of their performance in the Champions League at a later stage. So Liverpool fans will tell you, because they've played them a lot, if you get them in the early stages, they don't care.
They don't care, no.
At the end.
That's right,
A lot of the times, like you've seen this season, Liverpool slapped them. They didn't manage to get anywhere near them. But once they get to the later stages, is when they switch it on. This season, they didn't switch it on. So technically, it almost went into your hands. Poor Real Madrid team, but you guys also done your job to get past them, yeah?
Well, that's what they did. They absolutely played into our hands.
But then everyone, all the Arsenal fans seems to think that everyone else is going to be playing on that same level of Real Madrid or below.
Yeah, that's the
Tony
problem.
yesterday. Tony was live with Rashid. Rashid, I've only seen it a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he was live, and I just, you know how I pop up in everyone's like chat once in a while. You do, yeah. I went in and I heard Tony say, "I don't rate this football outside like the European football teams. I don't rate them." And I was like, "My brother, like, what are you talking about?" Yeah, in the chat, I was like, "There's no way you're saying this. Like, we all know about all these other teams, like a Real Madrid, like the La Liga's dusty, and this is dusty, and this is." And I'm like, brother, he was like, "We are gonna Arteta." Then he done this is what he done yesterday or during the day. He done a video and he dropped the link here, and he said on the title, Arteta's gonna teach PSG football and send them back in the UPS. Yeah, I was like, yo, this is why. This is why we always love as rivals.
Yes, sir. It's now return. It's now return to the sender. Yeah, return to the sender.
Return to. He left them. No. No one packed up the package. No one picked the package up. You know. He just left there, bro.
Just left it, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave this one at the neighbors. Yeah, this one is going to the neighbors. Yeah, question is saying. He's saying, do I think Martinelli or Odegaard will get sold this summer? Listen, if Berta has got anything to do with it, bro, yeah, we need to sell. I would sell Odegaard. If I could get 40 to 50 million for this brother, get him at the club ASAP. Martinelli probably would be the market opportunity to go and try and get some money. Because we only paid like 7 million for this guy. So, you know, we will definitely make money on him. So Martinelli is probably the one that you would make money on. Yeah. But listen, Big Berta, man.
How about this, though, no? How about you put how about you get your winger and then you get Martinelli becomes the backup?
I've got no problem with that.
That's what I was doing. The problem is is that everyone seems to want to sell the player that they have and get another one, which means you have no one else on that bench. I mean, no one else that is replacing.
Come on.
It should end up being like whoever, if he's not good enough, he ends up being the backup. So at least you still have a level of, you know, players that you can rely on, or the level doesn't drop off as much from whoever's on there. By the way, I've seen a report yesterday. Nico Williams wants 400 grand a week.
He what?
Whoa.
Nico Williams is linked to Chelsea and Arsenal and all these clubs. Yeah, he wants 400 grand a week. These
guys are insane.
They're absolutely insane.
I don't know where he came with that 400. So if I don't know,
that's
only Arsenal was willing to pay that. You know what I mean? I know that Arsenal was giving people big contracts. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up giving him 400. But what I think's happening with him is I don't think he wants to leave Spain. So I think either he will leave for if you give him the big bag, but that's Saudi money, innit? You know what I mean? That's like Salah, Saudi money.
Yeah.
If you end up giving him that, or he'll just end up moving to Barca and play with his teammates, all the Gavis and all the Spanish players that are over there. I think he's just trying to see whether he can get a move with big money over there. That's probably the only way. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Like 400k for him.
Nah, it's not worth it. Absolutely not worth it.
Absolutely.
But just to kind of bring this segment to a close. Essentially, look, last night what I saw was a bunch of cheerleaders. Yeah, absolutely pathetic from the cheerleaders and from Arteta, who was leading the cheerleading. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about coach? How about turn up for a game? Yeah. Stop the hand movement. Stop the hand waving. Yeah. We're not directing planes. You're not a traffic warden. Yeah.
We used to call it.
Honestly, he was trying to look busy. I think I was on Shane's. Well, not on his show. I'm going on his show tomorrow. Listen, big up to Shane Gooner. Please go and subscribe to Shane Gooner. I will be on his show tomorrow evening. We'll be slightly late, Shane, but I will be there. I will be there. But Shane was saying on his morning breakfast this morning, the Irish breakfast. Go and check him out. And he was saying that Arteta was, him and Odegaard are very similar. They just do a lot of movement. Yeah, it's just like that. A lot of dancing on the ball, like that. Yeah, just look busy. If you did, watch them. Yeah, Arteta going like this. What does that all mean?
I'll explain it to you.
What does that all mean?
Games, I've watched enough Arsenal games only because sometimes there's no game on or whatever, or I know that I'm going to be on whatever someone shows, or someone let me watch because then I know what's going on. I've watched enough arm waves and I've seen it all, and then yesterday I was seeing arm waves in the wrong times. Does that make sense? Like Raya would save and then arm wave, and I'm like, what? Or Rice when Dembele scored on the arm waves and the karma, and they were panning the camera on him, but Rice is the one that left all the space for Dembele, and I'm thinking, what's with all the arms and all that? Like, you're in trouble. Like you got to perform on the pitch. That's when the tune will change, and it's almost like they're trying to raise the volume, but it's not working. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen because you have to do it on the pitch. That's how the volume raises, isn't it? You can't just keep doing this.
Yeah, you have to excite the fans.
You know what's funny? At some point, Martinelli done that. He missed a sit and he done this. How did
he missed it. He missed it and he started doing this.
And then, you know what's mad? The no one's making more noise. You know, usually you can hear the thing where
no one's making no noise
for a bit and it goes back down.
No one was making no noise.
Yeah, I think the fans got frustrated, didn't they?
You just heard the level in the corner, and he just goes and you hear the drums, and you're thinking, this is they're struggling, and at least at home you should have that. My stadium's worse, isn't it? But I'm saying in general, at least have a bit of voice, especially the Real Madrid game and stuff like that. That's when I even on TV heard that, you know what I mean, the whole atmosphere, and that was loud. Even though it was weird, but just before halftime, people started leaving. I don't know what it is with Arsenal fans and leaving early. Even big games, I'm like, okay, why are you leaving early?
That's crazy, isn't it? You spend your big money to leave early. That makes no sense.
Absolute joke, man.
Usually, you know what it is? Some of us, when we go stadiums, even when the game ends, we still stand there. Like you stay there for a bit. Like you get dragged off, And I used to work in stadiums, so sometimes we used to tell people, "Yo, come on, get up, man. We got have to check the chairs and whatever, so check for belongings and all that."
And all that,
Yo, it's time. Some people used to stay and wait for everything to be set up when when they start doing checking the grass and that. But, like. Man, are just leaving early, and
man's gone.
Did you get this ticket for free or what?
It's absolutely crazy. Big up to Jay, all the way in Ohio. That's my missus, by the way. Yeah, you never walk alone. She is going to have a field day when she comes back. Yeah, because she said, "I'm just like I'm just giving you the heads up. I'm giving you the heads up, people. I'm giving you the heads up. Yeah, you have to come out and check out this lit show. Yeah." Me and my missus will be doing a show together. She will be talking about Liverpool. Yeah, she just says, "Just give me a bit of time so I can get all my bits and pieces together." And we're talking.
No one's going to be getting.
I am not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to that at all.
She's going to come on every time and just say 2020.
Man, Hit the like button, people. If you're new,
Yeah, man, big up
please
yourself,
hit the
my
like
guy.
button, brother.
Yeah.
What's Joseph saying? Odegaard is like Conor Gallagher, and listen, McTominay was at Man United. All he's good at, and Odegaard is running that. That's it. Look what my man's doing though. Look what McTominay's doing at Napoli right now. They're on the verge of winning the league.
Yeah, but Norm, you look at that at Napoli. They're not playing him in that holding six.
No, well,
he was never a holding six. You remember? I used to complain about it all the time. This double pivot of McTominay is not a double pivot. CDM.
Wasn't he a striker or something in the academy?
In the academy, right. And Fergie convinced him that the only way he was going to get into the team is to play in midfield.
Because he wanted
Fergie ruined him.
You know,
because he wanted his token Scottish player in the team, innit? He said, listen, son, listen to your Uncle Fergie and come to the squad. I can't play you up front because you see what got up front, right? So you play midfield for me. And when I'm seeing him cooking, I'm saying, this is embarrassing, man. But
let's talk. That's a segue into Man United. You got a massive game tomorrow. Real Betis.
No,
this Real Betis? No, that's not Real Betis. This is Atletico Bilbao. What am I talking about? Atletico Bilbao. Did you say big?
Yeah, no. Fourth in their league.
Is that not Nico Williams' team? That's Nico Williams' unit.
Yeah, they got the both of them in it.
The William brothers.
Yeah, William brothers, yeah. And they have the best defensive record in their league. So they've already qualified for Champions League, I think, by looking at the points tally. So this is just a bonus. This is getting a trophy. They're already in top four. So it's like, I look at that and I say, man, like we have to be a man up and 2 goals down to start performing. That's been our MO. Or at least a goal down to start performing.
Well, let's talk about your performance against Bournemouth.
No, that was bad. It's almost like, and I get it, their mind's already on this game, but paying fans, remember they put the ticket price up at Old Trafford. I know it wasn't at Old Trafford, but they, you put the ticket price up, and the lacklusterness was just. I just checked out of the game. It was just background noise in the end. I thought, this is Bournemouth, you know.
That's the background noise in that.
This is Bournemouth. And I'm watching these guys like, it's almost like they were saving themselves or trying not to get injured. That's what it looked like. You know, when them football games where you say, these men play like, they don't want to, everybody wants to play in that big game because, and then you'll see it if we do scumbag. Remember I said, yes, a scumbag this tournament to get us back in Europe. And what you're going to see, if we get past Bilbao, you're going to see lackluster performances in the Premier League for whatever last 2 games.
For Dave, listen,
it's just.
I know it's pride now. Dave, I know it's pride now because you're sitting 14th.
No pride in the badge, Norm.
-8. -8, brother.
We haven't even reached that magical 41 points yet. Imagine. It's like. I'm telling you now, if the relegated teams weren't so poor,
I'm going to ask you a question, D. What's your lowest points tally? Is it 45? Under Oli?
Yeah, I think it's 45, yeah. Something like that, yeah. Or 44, 44 or 45.
Do you reach that tally?
I'm just looking at the league. Let me get the league up more because...
Yeah, the road to 40 points thing, bro.
You imagine that we're still talking about the road to 40 points.
That's what we did on the Potter, bro. That's what we did.
If that bottom three, if that
39 points, no. And you have to remember, here's a stat for you. Man United haven't won back-to-back games all season. Wolves just went 5 on the bounce. Wolves,
no, 6. No, 6.
6 now, there you go. I stand corrected, no. We haven't won back. Come on, man. We were, 4 points off top 6 when he came in. We are now 20 points off. Make it make sense. Because the thing is now, and I don't want to say this, but Ruben's on fraud watch, bro. He really is. Because the Europa League is the only thing that saves this season. And I'm not saying this is all on Ruben. I'm not that naive. Because I think there was a level of shafting in January, but they said he agreed to it. He agreed not to go get a striker on loan, a clinical striker on loan.
Yeah,
they said, let me figure it out. I got the win back in Dorgu. Even Dorgu, I don't know if you saw how Luke Shaw was throwing this kid under the bus, just giving him them hospital passage. You're like, I tell you, if Luke Shaw starts another game for Man United, I'm gonna lose my mind. I don't want to see him anywhere near that pitch. I'm hoping that De Ligt, because De Ligt's back in training now.
Yeah, and what's his name? Ahmad.
Ahmad as well. Now with Ahmad, I'll understand if we don't risk him until. So if we if you don't play him until that game, and even play him off the bench, I don't mind that, because you don't want him getting injured and then have the whole summer out, and then you got to start again re-injured. But I don't want to see Luke Shaw anywhere near this team, bro. He showed me that you've had the injuries, but he's come back again to try and get an England team. This is what he's doing here again. This is typical Luke Shaw.
We saw that last
MO.
time.
Yeah, and so tournament's coming up. Suddenly Luke Shaw's available. Is he? I wouldn't play him. I'd bench him. That way an England manager could never dare pick him. I wouldn't play him. He'd be coming on the 89th minute, Norm. Yeah, Luke. Yeah. Here you go, son. Here's 5 minutes for you.
Because getting the 20 minutes. You know
yes, sir. If any England manager picks Luke Shaw when he's getting 3 and 4 minutes at the end of a diabolical Man United team, then you know the England fans have a right to toast Thomas Tuchel. But we all know what Luke Shaw's doing here. He's a glory player, and the way he was throwing his kid under the bus, just giving him passes, knowing he's going to get clattered. And I just thought, yeah, you're disgusting, Brad.
Yeah,
because
he didn't have one of his best games, did he? But then I suppose that down to what Luke Shaw, as you say, throwing him under the bus.
But that's who you got to work with, Luke Shaw. Did you see Luke Shaw overlap? You're like, oh yeah, he's a great. Oh yeah, he's good with it. Yes, he can ping across when he's ready. But
I seen him run. I forgot which game it was. Yeah, I seen him run across. Maybe it was the. I don't know, but it was one of them games. I seen him when he first came back here recently. I seen him run the whole pitch, and then Garnacho never made that pass to him. And he put all his energy in that one run. Yeah, he's gone.
It does show you, that he ain't been paying attention, because this what Garnacho been doing to Dorgu, where Dorgu's doing the overlap and my man cuts in and shoots. You're like, bro, your man's there for a better cross, and you saw Haaland, you saw him a few times just lose his mind at Garnacho. And then he misses a sitter. Then you go, bro, you can't lose your mind. And then the next referee misses a sitter. And then when he does score, Norm, you saw what he did.
It goes ballistic.
It's like
this guy. It's almost like this guy scored in his debut. The way this guy.
Norm,
how many goals has he got? I don't think. Has he got? Has he got 5 goals?
I think it's 4 or 5 max.
Between him and Zertsky, have they hit double figures? Like
no, combined. I don't think so. No,
because Xerxes was getting benched most of the games.
Yeah.
He's not starting most of the games. He's saying he's not a striker, and then he's playing him up front. He played this. He played this Dorgu guy right wing back when he first came in. He played Kobe Mino up front when he had Xerxes fit on the bench. And every time Xerxes comes on, you guys play better football. Second half he comes on, he plays slightly better football, but he doesn't want to keep playing him up front.
I'll tell you what, so do me a favor.
On the right a little bit, then it's on the left. Bro, you do not understand what happened. He keeps changing everything, every game.
Do me a favor, Yazza. As a neutral, send him an email for me. Just send him an email. Everything you just said there, just send him an email.
Nah, you know, got a better idea. I'll tell Northside to talk to him in Portuguese. Maybe that'll help. You know what I mean? Maybe that'll help. Because I called him a crook. I'm going to be honest with you. Sorry, yeah? I called him a crook because for me, I said, look, if you knew and we found out he knew that he weren't going to get money in January, then that's it. You should have just done this whole, I'm going to get as much results as possible, wearing trophy here and there, whatever it is. Play with what I have. Keep Rashford and Anthony, whatever it is. Get to that summer transfer window. If you want to sell them, they'll be at a higher price slightly because remember, you've been playing well or whatever. You get rid of them. And then you can build what you can with the money that you have. He's coming and he keeps saying, I'm playing my way. But, bro, there's no way of playing your way all the way down there on the table. You can't do that.
It's like, I keep saying, I know it's not completely on him, but the players he let go, these are players we could do with now. Because the truth is, Anthony never really got a chance under him. So you
Especially
can't tell me
under
that.
him. Yeah. I thought
Yeah,
he might have a chance.
yeah.
I thought maybe
Give him a
he'll
chance
get a
before you
chance.
say he's not good enough. Because if you look at it, right, he's playing two defensive wing backers, right, that offer nothing really going forward. So literally, we're getting cooked with a goalkeeper, 5 defenders, and a CDM.
You're playing 7
How
defenders.
we consider that many goals, Norms?
Yo, I watch Rance all the time. He said you lot play with 7 defenders.
That's what I'm saying, bro. 5
So
at the
even
back.
your wing backs, if your wing backs were attackers, so if you put wingers on wing backs, their mind is to attack. So it'd be a bit more threatening for going forward.
But there's no threat.
Because
There's
they're
no threat coming.
defenders, they think defense first, so you keep going back.
Because the truth is, he could have kept Anthony and played Anthony at wing back.
Then I remember Anthony.
At least Anthony's gonna push
Anthony
forward
played well against Southampton. Was it Southampton?
Right.
He came on off the bench and then Ahmad scored a hat-trick or something. He was part of that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I thought maybe that's a switch, like, but he just never done anything.
Just like,
he did. That's what I'm saying. He just went back. He just went back to tight. That's what I'm trying
to say. I actually feel like he's being more influenced by the ball than he's letting on, because I think the isolating Rashford. Rashford's done a lot of foolishness, but I think isolating Rashford is about the wages. So it's like, get him gone because he's a handful. He's off the field antics.
They didn't give him the money. Yeah. They're not the ones
you know
that
what I'm
gave him that amount of money.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't have given him that amount of money. So they said get rid of him. But why not getting rid of Shaw? Why not getting rid of Shaw and all these players that are just outside? You know, Shaw's wages can pay for all these people that you let go and all these other stuff that's going on around the whole ground, yeah? His weekly wages can pay for all that. So I don't know why he's just sitting there collecting dust. He just cancel his contract.
Yeah, if you look at it as well, initially when he was isolating Casemiro, the same thing is about the wages. Now he's still got a year left on the contract after this year.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said he's not good enough or he doesn't work around his system or whatever. He kept saying tactical or whatever. And then now he's wanting him to win him games.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. So this is the board saying, listen, man, we never gave him this big piece contract. We need him gone. Play him if you have to, but don't play him. And I kept saying, play Kaz and Bruno in that pivot. I think Bruno's awful in the 10. What did he do? Put Bruno back in the 10 at the weekend. And I'm like, bro, are you concussed? It's like he forgets what happened in the game before. And then he says, okay, reset button. We're not playing FIFA here, bro. This is not Football Manager, Bridget. This is Manchester United Football Club. And he's coaching like he's concussed. And I'm like, bro, am I giving you 250 million in the summer after what I've just seen now? Because you've gone from 4 points off to 20 points off on your watch.
That's sackable. That is
sackable, Norm. And I'm not saying just keep sacking managers.
He's right. You're right, yeah, because I've seen it a lot where the only time he plays the right players is when he has an issue. So there's an injury or he's
exactly.
Reactionary.
That's
the only time you see it. And as soon as the players are back, he reverts to playing 7 defenders and all that rubbish. And it's like, he doesn't like he's not learning from his mistakes and he's not moving forward. So it's not like he keeps finding solutions. Everyone keeps saying he keeps finding solutions in terms of when he does the right stuff, but it's temporary and it doesn't seem to be almost by choice or by design. Does that make sense? It's almost like he's coming across it and he's just doing it, which is not something you can give him credit for because it's not his decision. As in, he's not doing it because it's the right thing to do. He's doing it for doing its sake.
But even like just say like with Ugarte, I'm only playing Ugarte against Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, and maybe Villa. After that, everyone else, we should have more of the ball. So you don't need an Ugarte. You don't need that enforcer because we've got the ball, 65-70% of the time. All these things he doesn't get. You're just like, bro, why is Ugarte playing? You don't need that. It's just, I don't know. I'd love to have a sit down with him. I would. And I wouldn't even pass him. I would just say, bro, tell me what you're seeing when you pick this lineup. And tell me why you still think Bruno is effective in the 10 when he's way more effective sitting deep. Like behind the ball rather than in front of the ball. And it's just like, it's just like, let him influence. Because I look at Ahmad, right? Ahmad can play the wing back very well. He can also play the 10.
Yeah.
Kobe Mino, I don't want to see Kobe Mino in the 6. He don't have the legs for the 6. Play Kobe in the left 10. I could pick that team, and I think they could perform in the 3 because I watch Glasner have
Glasner
plays
plays
cooking in the 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, brother.
There's someone else that plays with the 3. Another, I can't remember now. He's gone. But there's at least 2 or 3 teams that play with the 3 at the back and do it very effectively.
I think the 3-2-5 or the 3-5-2, whatever this team is attacking.
It's not unique to us. And I just think you're starting players in the wrong positions. This is why because it's not about the system. Because when we were playing the 4-3-2-1 under Ten Hag, we were still doing foolishness. So it's not about the formation. It's about how he uses the players and implements. Don't play defensive wing backs and still conceding goals with a goalkeeper and a CDM. So that's why the fans are getting vexed. Like, this guy is coming, and this is why he's got away with it to a point, because he's brilliant in his press conferences. He's cute. He's very, he spins it. He's a poet. Someone called him a poet. But it might be Rance, one of them man called him a poet.
Right, I watched it. It's different. So you see Arteta, he gaslights and he jokes and he.
They're all the same, man. They're all the same. They're media trained.
No. But Amarim is like, he makes you believe that he knows where it's going wrong, but he doesn't show it on the pitch. So he'll tell you, "Oh yeah, we made mistakes."
Yeah, what he says. Listen, what he says in a press conference doesn't relate on the pitch.
That's the only
so
similarity.
If you're listening to this guy, say you came for a job interview, you go, yo, I want you, man. Yeah, come and do your business. So I'm just wondering whether if he's pulled the wool over the man's eyes.
Because
that's what I said.
Does that as well, no?
Before I said that, I said, yo, maybe some sporting mafia gave him a ring and said, yo, you've left us too early. Now you go get your money and come back. This is the thing, because I've looked at all of his staff members and they're like 60 years old wearing Hoodrich jackets from JD, like they just picked it up in the airport. You know the JD shops in the airport when they're landing, and they're just chilling. And then I remember him saying something about, if Rashford doesn't play well, I'll play my goalkeeping coach there. Was it Onana or something like that? Remember, he'll play someone else.
Foolishness,
something crazy. And I was like, I don't seem to get a vibe. It's just all about the closing and whatever, and I'm not seeing improvements on the pitch. Like, he's just come in here to get fired and get that 20 million bonus, 10 million, whatever that least sacking fee that you get, and go back.
That's what it's feeling like, isn't it?
That's what he looks like. As in, if you look at his performance in terms of as a manager, that's what it feels like.
You have to look at it, right? We watch Ruud just coming for the 4 or 5 games and not lose, right? Now, I'm not saying Ruud's the answer, but what I'm saying is, clearly was the rush? If you knew you wasn't going to have him spend money, because obviously we just seen Ruud get relegated with a very poor Leicester, so I'm not even going to put that on Ruud. He probably shouldn't have gone there, really and truly. I think he's hurt his stock by going there. But put an arm around him and just get them playing with more confidence.
I think that's what Ruud did.
A lot of them is confidence, Norm. A lot of those players now in that system are so scared to make a mistake, because you have to remember, when you're at home and that fan base starts booing you, because we've seen it all season, it's a very disheartening thing. And I'm not one for booing the team, and I know I have in the past, and I've been at Old Trafford and booed them, and I think, actually, Brad, that doesn't really help, does it? Because basically, you just kind of, you're so annoyed that you just jumped on with the rest of it. But
that's what's happening in our ground, bro.
You still got to singing, because I think
everyone.
It's like with you, Norm. If your fans keep singing, right, then at least the players think, well, you know what, we're not doing the best here, but the fans ain't booing us. Come on, let's dig in. Because I still believe you guys could have got a goal last night. I strongly believe you could have gone to Paris at 1-1. But it's like he's so good with his tongue that he's got half the fan base twanged.
Pause, you know?
Yeah, pause. he like I think Rand said it. I think it was Rand said it. He's a poet. But the thing is now, no, Noureddin, that's always been Saeed. Noureddin was cooking him the other night. And I said, Noureddin's right, but we can't keep, where do we go now? We keep firing managers. Like, if you look at the Alex Ferguson tenure, we always go back to this, and you look at 7, 8 managers since he's gone, and nowhere near a Premier League title. You know what I mean? I think it was Mourinho's second. Remember, Mourinho said, "This is my greatest achievement in football."
Yeah,
Getting Man United to second.
I think him and Van Gaal
because he knew how bad Man United were. He knew how bad that squad was.
Yeah, and I look at a lot of things. I look at allowing Ferguson to pick Moyes. I think that was our first mistake to this downfall, and then just for whatever reason allowing the media, because Man United allowed the media to fire Louis van Gaal. That's what happened there. Because you remember Louis said after the FA Cup, he said, "I don't fire."
Remember, it was all about the long ball. We don't play long ball and X, Y, and Z. He was going back and forth. I remember because I'm Dutch, because he was all over the news stuff in Holland as well.
And so I looked at the Van Gaal situation and I thought he actually got the young players playing very well. This is when Rashford came into his own under Van Gaal. And then a lot of these players hadn't been coached since Van Gaal. And I'm not quite sure. You see Ruben in training. Ruben's 2 pitches away.
Yeah, he's standing behind the net.
He's two. I don't know. He's 2 pitches away.
200 meters away watching the training.
So it's like it's almost like if he stands too close, he can't see what they're actually doing. So he has to go far away and let the coaches that are there be with them, and he just stands from afar. Now, whether he's trying to pick up body language and all these things, where when you got everyone around you, it's hard to pick it up.
He doesn't want them to be intimidated by him, so he's trying to stay away.
The boss is not watching.
Or he's crazy, and it could be any of those.
So Alex Ferguson used to do this. He'd be up in the office, watching from the window.
But usually that's higher up.
And then he'd come down. He'd come down later on towards the end of it. And then he starts saying, like, Normski, Big D, X, Y, and Z on Saturday. I need you pushing further. You know, but he would just say, right, coaches, get on with it. I'm upstairs. And I remember I think it was Ryan Giggs talking about a story where he played like 10 games for Man United. And so he wanted a company car. So they set him up. They said, yeah, man, go knock the gaffer's door. Tell him that you played 10 games and like, can I get my company car now? And Ryan Giggs said he literally felt his hair on fire when he left the office. And this is how the man ran that club, like the control, same as Wenger, the control where do I go and knock the gaffer's door? There's none of that now.
But there was a level of respect then. There was a level of respect.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
You know, even that, so you go back to when Mourinho took over. I know he was one of like the new breed of coaches back then. Yeah, but the level of respect that these players, they had a winner. Yeah, Wenger to a degree was a winner. We know Alex Ferguson and Free. But you look at these current man, these young that are coming up. A lot of players don't let them rate them.
Yo, Normski, Kroenke just got you there, Norms.
Yeah.
Norms, Kroenke got you there. Well, you just froze up. Kroenke just got you there. Your whole thing just froze up there.
I'm frozen. How am I doing now?
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
PSG Ultras were ready for a second, mate.
That's Kroenke getting you, man. Kroenke's after you, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
Messing with your internet.
Yeah, I was just going back to what I was saying about the respect for these current managers now. A lot of these players don't respect them. You wonder why. You know, I mean, Arteta, he rules with an iron rod, yeah, and a lot of them players are I mean, maybe out of all those managers are frightened to put a foot wrong, yeah.
Yeah, but they have CV. Norms, it's the CV. A lot of these managers, like someone like Mourinho, when he first came in, he had to prove himself. But he had Porto, innit? He came in and they kind of knew Porto. He's a hot prospect, whatever. You still have to convince people like Lampard and Drogba, whatever. My club, but it's a bit different. Yeah.
We haven't seen
there's a whole thing of bringing those players on site, on your side, yeah. And currently at United, my thing is he keeps throwing the players under the bus. And by not getting results, how are you supposed to get the players to believe in what you're gonna do? Or kind of, you know how this whole thing is about you're willing to die for this manager kind of thing, yeah. But if you don't know, if you don't really trust him, there's always like an on and off thing. You can't give you 100% because you don't really know if everything that's going is going towards you. And then you saw it in the Lyon game, yeah. The players have to bail him out, kind of thing. If you get bailed out by the players, that means it's not on you. There's a lot of things that are going on that's not on you, which means,
and then he has to humble himself and acknowledge that, which they won't do. Because you watch a game, Norm, and you'll see coaching, and then you'll see players just figuring it out. There's a difference.
It's a freestyle. It just looks like it's being freestyle.
Exactly.
Just thinking on the spot, a player doing something or whatever it was, like Casemiro and whatever that happened in that game. He had to bring him on because everyone was tired. Eventually, he was like, you know what, go and save me. Usually, you see me, I don't respect the manager that put someone on to save him.
Yeah,
especially after he mistreated him. Yeah, like I don't know. You know how he keeps Ethan on the bench and then he throws him on last 5 minutes when he needs a win, or Tierney, Michael.
So this is what really annoys me.
My disrespect. Yeah,
disrespect is man management, style of man management. Honestly, it's right.
I've always felt like you can't give the manager credit for that because he don't even have to think to do that. You don't have to think. There's nothing that comes from it.
Everything that Arteta's done, it's all it's not by design. It's all, when I say by design, it's all been an accident. Yeah, in terms of finding out, you lose Skelly. Well, I've really got
just turn your head. No, you just look at the bench and like you just you know what I mean. You and who? Yeah, you as well. Yeah.
Just come on.
My player's too tired. Okay, let me just pick anyone from the bench. I don't like that. I have one more sub. I don't know. I just look at anyone else and just put him on extra legs or whatever.
Yes, you looked at our bench, yeah, right? Yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Compared.
I don't know. I haven't looked at the bench yesterday. But I remember looking at the bench Chelsea game, and I didn't know anyone on that bench. Yeah. And I was speaking about it with Rashid, I think, or something, and I said, bro, imagine the people on the bench are supposed to be leaving. Some of the players that are on the starting 11 are supposed to be leaving. You're almost replacing most of the squad. Almost. Because remember, Zinchenko's gone, this guy's gone. You don't just have to get players on the pitch and their backups. And you have to get people that come on the bench.
And people are turning around, top Gooners are turning around and saying, this is not a rebuild.
They're saying that they can see themselves win a trophy or the league in the next 5 years. But you're making, you know what it is? You're doing 1 step forward, 5 steps back. You basically just go roundabout, and it's a roundabout.
And that's what we're doing. And that's what we're doing this season, bro. Yeah, because listen, we can finish if the way we're going at the moment. Because listen, I don't care who we play on Saturday in terms of the team selection. Yeah, because that's a dead rubber game. I don't care. Yeah, go and put out the kids, but you ain't gonna do that. You know that. You ain't gonna. And as a matter of fact,
you'll be surprised because they didn't. Yeah, if someone gets injured. Because this is
the worry. That's
the
worry.
Year, this is the thing. Every year, especially in the last couple of years, there's always a story. You know, whenever I said Arsenal, the Netflix thing, whatever, there's always something that happens with Arsenal. They think they're gonna win the next game, but someone we've seen it now with the party got himself a yellow card last minute. Some people try to blame. I think Rashid yesterday, he got to his head. He got too emotional. He said, Rudiger's this and Rudiger's that. I said, no, but you still have to make control yourself. That's not really his fault. But I get what you're saying.
That's why Rice grip him up. Rice had to grip him up and say, yo, what are you doing? Because Rice knew the importance of Partey being there, because now it means that Rice now has to do two people's jobs.
Rudiger's always been someone that rattled, regardless.
I know that, but what I'm trying to say is that, I mean, yesterday you all saw it, the camera. I was talking about it yesterday. They all left their seats, right? They were all up in the
director's box.
And they all came down to where the tunnel bit is, right?
Yeah.
Camera panting on there. You had Partey, you had Calafiori, you had Havertz. Yeah. What's this about? They listen. The Sky Sports, the TV, and all that—they're all colluded together with Arsenal and all these. It's a honestly.
They know because also Sky Sports, regardless of whether they're connected or not, they always know there's going to be something coming from Arsenal. You always provide them with something, whether it's the manager or the players. There's going to be some reaction to the referee thing. There's always some heat every week, and I think they
picked up on that. They picked up on that because when we were scoring set pieces. Every time we went for a set piece, what happens? The camera goes over.
What happened yesterday?
Push it back. Go sit down. You're not getting on the camera today.
Right.
Sit your backside down. You're not getting on. You're not getting on the camera today. Yeah. Because my job is on the line.
All he's done for you,
my job is on the line.
Go sit down. After all he's done for you over the last couple of months, he told you go sit back down. Yeah, you don't remember.
Yeah, that was funny, boy. Because I think what he does normally, he's trying to tell Arteta how to coach, isn't it? Which is a little bit. And he knows that once he comes off the bench to go to to Arteta, he knows the cameras are going to go onto them, because even last night, the amount of times that the camera panned to Partey, every time there was a mistake in midfield, it panned into Partey in the thing. That's why I sent the question saying, are you man putting Partey on the Patrick Vieira levels, because he get a lot of camera time for a player that's not playing? It was just an interesting thing. I froze there. There was an interesting just that narrative keep panning back to him. I don't know, man.
Listen, the PR around Arsenal, and it's probably the same for all our clubs now.
Yeah,
the social media
PR is elite.
Ours is elite. We're Champions League level. You understand?
Next level.
Yeah, we're Champions League level. Yeah, you're probably what Europa League level.
You're not looking at the Conference League. When it comes to PR, we're low. You know what I mean? We're low. Like, if you watch some of our games, bro, our fans are just all booing the goalkeeper, the manager. They go having a go at him when we need a goal.
Yeah.
For me, I've always said you can boo them at halftime, boo them after the game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't boo them, because I don't mind the booing anyway, especially if something's going as bad as it's going. Yeah. Because sometimes you have to show your discontent, and you obviously Nomsky, you do the whole Arsenal thing with the other fans when you speak to them. Yeah. Sometimes the fans in the stadium have to turn. Yeah, and that's the one thing you guys are missing.
That is the thing. That is the thing.
I watched Aaron yesterday on I think was it MHF or Footy Judge Mo's channel, the Arab Footy Mo, yeah. And he was him and Dio just going back and forth. Aaron and Dio, fans like you just don't know what it means, because he's saying I've spent all my money on it. I've stopped giving him my money, so that's all I can do. Yeah, I can't do anything else. But I know him, and I know he was selling copium beginning of the season, saying we got 19 combinations in defense. But he don't want to speak about that anymore. But I know what's going on over there, and I also know that at some point the fans in the stadium have to turn. That's what people from outside rely on.
What is it going to take? What do you think it's going to take for our top gooners to change and turn?
You know what it is? The top gooners have always relied on how they're viewed on social media. So if you remember, if their player or someone gets cooked, after a while they'll disown them. Yeah, that's what happened to Pepe. That's what happened to all of these players. It doesn't matter how good he is, they just back the one they like, and at some point they just let go of them. The same happened to Emery. Remember, they liked him, but when the good evening things started happening, they started distancing themselves from it because they started to get trolled. So the embarrassment wasn't from how he performed on the pitch, because remember, he got you in the European final, which they should have kind of been grateful for, considering he haven't been there in a while. So they didn't look at that. Okay, we've lost it. Obviously, he lost against Chelsea, whatever. It's a London club thing, and he might be more angry than usual. But for them, it didn't stop there. It was like, we didn't say let's build on this and go forward. They were like, no, he has to go. You get what I'm saying? And that's for me where everything that happens is more reactionary based on what other fans think of him. And it's similar to now. I think the whole culture is changing, because it's similar at United when it comes to some of the players, like what happened with like a Sancho and what happened to Anthony. Remember, at some point you can't recover their character. They damage their character so much that they don't even look at their football ability anymore. It's about he spins around or this and that, and then they don't look at what he can offer the team, and then that's how you lose some players and some managers and stuff like that. I think it's not the right thing, innit? I think it's you're far. You know what it is? Every year you keep going further back. You make the steps forward, but it's annoying because you realize that a lot of these people realize what we say later on.
Yeah.
So, but you see what you're saying there, right? Like, if you deep it, all these guys could come back in the summer. Sancho, Rashford, Anthony. So all these guys that you tarnish can be all back at the club.
Oh, no, Sancho's coming. They've already he's triggered that thing in his contract, so he's not coming back. We're paying that 25 million. We will always doing it anyway. He's best friend with Iqbali, so I don't think he's leaving anytime soon.
Right, but I think the mere fact there was a 5 million payback to send him back was like wild. I'm like, who put that in the contract?
So what happened is, I think it's always been in contracts.
Is it?
The problem is that manager. The problem is because it's Sancho and people always keep asking. Remember, this, especially this season, there's always been this thing where until he's left the club in terms of whether it's on a loan, and we've seen it now with the Rashford, and United fans keep bothering him. Well, even though he's gone, how about you be happy he's gone, right? Yeah, just leave him, because we were happy when he came in. We're happy with what he's doing. Fair enough, he hasn't been great since January, but his form's picking up again. And we kept being basically like people keep telling us, "Oh, he didn't perform well. He's rubbish and blah blah blah." I'm like, bro, he's not with you no more. Focus on the ones you got over there.
Exactly.
Your club is falling, but you're not looking because you're too busy looking at everyone else's house.
Yeah,
that's what I've been doing. And for me, it's always been you have to look at the squads that you have and try to see if you can improve that. And for me, they're not looking at that. They're always looking at which player can we troll, which player is the most rubbish, can we sell? For me, you know what happened to us? Since we sold this Havertz, Mount, and all this whatever, all these clubs have been trying to basically get back on us. So all the fans are basically trying to say, well, we gave you him and he's rubbish. He might not be rubbish, but they're trying to hope that eventually it turns bad.
Just to let you know, guys, 1-0 to Inter after 30 seconds.
I was about to say, no. I've got it on the screen. I'm like, wait, what? That's wild.
That's mad. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, Omar's going to lose it. You know,
it was cute as well.
Oh, yeah, Omar. Yeah, Omar's going to leave. Yeah, he's going to probably lose it, bro. But listen, I want to just take this time.
Yo, he's stressed.
I want to just take this time and to my missus who's listening in America.
Big up my ex-manager, bro. Big up my ex-manager. You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations to the Liverpool squad.
Manager. I used to be my manager at finals.
Nobody wanted Slot, yeah? Certain mans didn't want Slot. Hussam didn't want Slot, yeah?
I spoke to Hussam. I was on the stream. You know what I said to him?
Yeah.
I know him. Obviously, I know Hussam, yeah. And I told him, I said, when he was linked to what's his name? When he was linked to Liverpool.
When he linked to Amram.
Who?
Ruben. Liverpool.
No. When I'm talking about Slot. So when Slot got linked and they said, "Yo, the manager," yeah, I messaged him and I remember him saying Slot out and wherever the clips are going around.
That's right. Yeah.
Basically, I understood it because I was like, you of course want to step up from club or someone on club's level. You don't want that era to end and you feel like you're getting someone that's going to build now and blah blah blah. When your players are almost on their, close to the end of their careers, people like Van Dijk and all these players. You want to get at least something out of them before they go. And then he could rebuild. So I said to him, look, I know this manager. He won final the league title after a while when he came back and stuff like that. He's a good manager and he has a big reputation. However, I don't know how he's going to perform in the league. So I can't tell you, be excited. I can't do that. I can't do the Arsenal thing, yeah. I can't do the Eddie thing where I say be excited and all that, yeah. And then obviously when he's done what he's done, that's what I'm saying, that at the end of the day for me, he's actually showed me that he's a Dutch manager, innit? Like he gives you like Van Gaal vibes and those managers are honest, straight up, but at the same time they're willing to change things up on the pitch and stuff like that.
That's what he did.
Stick to very football, didn't he? He made them
all these other managers, bro. Like Ten Hag, listen, Ten Hag was. I've always said he's not Dutch, innit? He's like Belgian or something. He's not from our end. We never claimed him because there's certain thing he was too stubborn.
Ten Eisenberg.
And he obviously in Holland he had the whole structure there with Overmars and everyone, Van der Sar, that were building everything and basically giving him the players. All he had to do was play the way they play in Ajax, and that's it. So it kind of worked out for him at the time. But this manager, he's done an amazing job, even for
absolutely
period of time. He didn't have Alisson, which a lot of people keep forgetting. Alisson was injured. Kelleher was in.
Yeah, that's right. He's injured.
Yeah.
Jota was injured. Elliot, RV Elliott was injured.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Konate.
But you're saying that now, right?
But we've been told that the only reason why Liverpool won the league is they've been lucky with injuries. Yeah. Yeah.
Not true, is it? If you lose your number one goalkeeper, who's probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and you still was figuring it out with your backup goalkeeper.
They was no,
because
they're lucky.
remember,
They were
no,
lucky, mate. That's what
they
people
were
say.
still
They were
playing out
lucky.
from the back.
They
with
said
Kelly,
it's the luckiest Premier League. That's what they said. Liverpool have been the luckiest team. Listen, you do not get lucky over 38 games. I understand it if it's in a knockout competition, but over 38 games, as you said the earlier on in the stream, that the league has been absolutely trashed.
It has.
Right? We are sitting, as it stands, Arsenal are sitting 15 points behind Liverpool.
Right.
They've already sewn up the league in April with 4 games to go. And we now have to go to a guard of honor.
This is what I would say. The only thing I would say is that the kind of mid to lower teams, not the ones that got relegated, the mid, what we call the mid-table teams, have got better because they got more money. But if you look at the teams we expected to challenge Liverpool, remember Liverpool wasn't even in the conversation. It was Man City and Arsenal.
Listen to
that
this.
Was the conversation.
Let me just come in here. Right? The Opta computer, the supercomputer, at the start, I knew WhatsApp would come in here. He seems to come in when we're congratulating Liverpool. You're a joker. WhatsApp, you are a joker, bro. But listen, I've got to big it up. Well done to Liverpool. You did what you had to do. You could only beat who was in front of you. You only lost 2 games in the season. Was it 6 draws, 7 draws? If Arsenal had won half of their games, right? 18 points dropped from winning position. 13 draws, D. We've had 13 draws.
It's mad.
We've only lost 3 games, in the Premier League, but 13 draws has killed us. It's absolutely killed us. Absolutely.
It really, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you look at Liverpool, Norm. They've scored 80 goals with 4 games left to go. 80, you know. And I'm just what
I like about Slot, as Yasser said, he's come in and he's changed up everything. He's not got them playing that super rock and roll football. He
changed it.
In his interview, he said that I want to preserve energy. These guys don't need to be running too much. I don't want Salah running too much. I'm going to leave.
He's always done. You know what he's done, Norms? He's done what Klopp should have done, especially with the years. He should have, at some point, he was winning 4-0, just defend the rest of the game and just see it out and leave. But he kept going forward, and had literally most of their players' hamstrings was falling off their bone at some point.
Exactly.
Right.
So man, I'm not sure exactly. Like, I think he's done the right thing, and he's literally done it without his squad. None of these players are these players, by the way. So anyway, big up.
You have to bounce, mate. But listen, everybody, please. Yasser, what you got coming up? And please go and subscribe to Yasser's channel. What you got coming up?
I should have a preview out this week. We'll see which Liverpool fan's going to be. That's going to be a surprise. But we'll see, man. I think that's probably coming up. And then I'll probably have the show coming up with AJ, Somalian AJ. You know AJ, Somali. Right. I got one of him. And then we'll see what happens at the end of the week. I haven't yet planned it, but big up for having me, man. Big up
yourself, man. Really appreciate it, man. But big up and listen, we speak soon, bro.
100%.
Bless, man. Bless. Why not here? Big up to you. Yeah, big up to you, man. Yeah. Illustrious panel. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Yeah, we say Big D.
Yeah, I say as I see this post, I'm like, where the heck is Kofi? Because this was the time to come and gloat, my brother. And Kofi
did say that he did send me a private text to say he had some private stuff going on, so he couldn't make it. But I'm sure when he watches the playback, he will be gloating, no doubt. So it is what it is. Listen, Liverpool are worthy champions, D. They're absolutely worthy champions. We can't take anything away from them. Go on.
But Norms, I was calling this at Christmas. I said the way Liverpool are schooling, I said this feels over for me. And I knew, nah, you can't say that, D. I said I've seen enough of the football to know that everyone else is way too inconsistent. And only bad injuries would stop that. And then now I've had these Liverpool fans coming on the WhatsApp groups with cigars and Bollinger. I'll be like, nah, put it away, because you wouldn't back your team when I was backing your team. Now you're coming with cigars and champagne Bollinger. Nah, get out of here, man. I was fuming. I was cussing, man, saying, nah.
What
the champagne down because
another worrying situation, and this is for both of us as well, but more so for you because they've now equaled your record for titles.
So we can't even sing 20 times Man United.
So let me say this now. Do you think that Liverpool, who didn't buy any players last season, are going to stop next season? Slot says it ain't gonna happen. We are gonna go and we're gonna improve the side. We
want to spend some money.
Win our 21st title. They have an incentive, Big D. Yeah, they have an incentive, and I'm very worried that I don't know whether Arsenal, because all the other teams are going to be buying. I hope Bert is going to do something. Yeah, he needs to take control of this.
I think that's a good thing for you, Norm. That you've got a better at least half.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm gonna have to backbench you. Yeah, what's up? I'm gonna have to backbench you, bro. You know them terminology. Man. Well, yes, why not? Certain fans were saying
they were exactly, bro. That's really my point.
You have some big YouTubers were saying it, yeah. But now they're going to eat humble pie.
And fair play to him. It's a hard thing to do, Norm. To come into the Premier League in your first season and win the title.
First phase one.
I think there's only 5 managers over the time of the league that have done that. It's very hard to do.
And he's the first Dutch manager to do that.
Yeah, I think he is the first Dutch manager. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
because the last season, as I said, the Opta thingy was saying that at the start of the season they had Man City at 80-something%, us at 12%, and Liverpool at something like 5% to win the title. And as it slowly progressed through, we went down to Man City went down to I can't remember some ridiculous number. But by basically what the Opta predicted was by November the 9th, they predicted that Liverpool were favourites to win the Premier League.
Yep.
And it ain't wrong. Wrong.
Yeah. Like I say, after those games at Christmas, coming into New Year, I said, this feels over for me. Like the way they were just being this consistent and not giving much away to even in the tight games, you always knew they're going to score, and they scored.
Well, so far, it's been a 22-point swing to Liverpool because they finished 7 points behind them. At the moment, as it stands, there's a 22-point swing.
If we could do this next season, 22-point swing and get into the top 4, I'll take it because I just would. Because Liverpool has shown it can be done. Yeah. I'm not saying with Ruben. Anyway, I don't want to talk about getting fired.
The problem where it is for all the other, listen, we know Man City are definitely going to go and spend, Man City, Chelsea, and whatever.
Pep's ego will be hurt.
Yeah, but the problem is for me is I look at this Liverpool side and see what they've done, and they're winning this at a canter, and they're now going to go and improve on the areas. They've kept Trent. They've kept Salah. And they've kept Van Dijk. Trent at the moment, we don't know what's happening with that. He could end up staying. We're in rumours that he could end up staying. We don't know because Ancelotti looks like he's leaving.
Maybe it was Ancelotti that one thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we're gonna see what happens there. So the summer's going to be interesting because he still hasn't signed a contract, whereas the other two have. Yeah. They put Salah nearly 400k.
The question, and I generally don't know this, Norm, was he offered a contract as in Trent? And if he was it the money he wanted?
Remember, we had a conversation. Remember they tried to offer him a contract in January.
Yeah.
Remember, and he turned it down.
December. So I don't know whether he turned it down because of money or turned it down because of what he was promised by Real Madrid. Because now he could be in the wilderness here, Because now, I feel like his bargaining power is less now.
As before, and with Liverpool winning and the celebration, I saw him celebrating and everything. So it'd be interesting to see what happens going forward. No, definitely. Big up, Junior. We say, man, big up to you, brother.
Yes, Junior. Big up yourself, my guy.
The top 4, top 5, or if you want to call it that, for Champions League is going to be quite tight. We're in second place currently at the moment, and that separates us. We're separated. If you go right down to 6th place, we're not in the Forest, are slightly dropped off. They're on 60 points, but they're in 6th place. They played 33 games, so they've got a game in hand because of obviously the FA Cup that they had to play against City.
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
We're
Yeah,
on, as I said, yeah,
they play their game in hand tomorrow against Brentford.
Brentford, yeah.
So
if
it still counts for this game week.
Yeah, that's right. And if they win that game, they'll be only 4 points behind us. Yeah. So there's
if they win the game, though, Forest leap into third, don't they?
Exactly, but look how tight it is.
Yeah, it's very
so
tight.
There's no guarantee of us winning second place FC trophies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 60, 60, 61,
I mean,
62, 67.
I mean, I can't see us dropping out the top 5. I mean, okay, our 2 toughest games.
That'd be a shocker, bro.
The 2 toughest game out of the 2 is us going to Liverpool, Newcastle coming to us, and we haven't had much joy with Newcastle. Liverpool drew with us at home. We're now going to them to do a card up on, and they're probably going to be so relaxed to slap us up. Yeah, that will probably put us 80 points. We've got Bournemouth this Saturday at home, and then our last game of the season is away to Southampton. Yeah, so possibly 6 points. Add the 6 points to that, you're talking 72 points. Not good.
No.
Or 73 points, sorry. 73 points.
73, yeah. 73, yeah.
73. Ridiculous. Yeah, that's that. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Liverpool and Newcastle. We might get a draw out of those 2 games. But I don't see us winning them.
Especially if you do overcome PSG. He's gonna
because if we
you have to think big picture there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like the title's over. That's your big picture.
What do we do? As I said, what do we do this week? This weekend. Do you know what I mean? I'm playing the kids. As I said, somebody asked the question, "What would you do?"
Oh yeah, I'm doing it now. He has to.
Play the kids. Yeah,
he cannot risk any of your spine getting injured in this weekend. This game week 35 is criminal. You'd have to you'd fire him just for that. If he gets if he plays any of that spine that he needs to start, and he knows that he's going to play for 90 minutes. You actually don't want to see any of that spine that's going to play for 90 minutes playing this weekend. You just don't. That way you got fresh legs going into that second leg. Go down. I mean, yeah. But the thing is, you've proven you can do it, Norm. You've proven that you can score away from home. I think that's what goes in your favour there.
Yeah.
You've already done it.
It's going to take a miracle, D. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's a mountain. It's a big mountain to climb. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But listen, let's just wait now and see. That's what we can do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But there's one captain that's come out and he's backing his manager to the hill. He said, "My manager, my gaffer." Madison passionately backing Ange Postecoglou.
Nah, you can't be.
They have lost, Big D. Is it 19 league games?
19, yeah, 19.
That's off.
This is my thing, though, Norm. Like, worst Man United team ever, and Spurs would be lower. So I'm like, how? That don't make any sense to me. I get why Chile checked out. I really do.
Yeah.
Because seriously. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And they've got the bad thing about it, they got a better goal difference than you.
Yeah, man, they're +6. We are -8, and we're 2 spots above them.
Putting a split. They got Popper putting a split.
But it's interesting because like I was listening to X. He does that show with Ranston, the show in the week, and he was saying even if they scumbag it to win the Europa League, he said I want him gone because this league form is just unacceptable, regardless of if they do get past. So this team is it Swedish to play? No, Norwegian, isn't it?
Norwegian, Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, but Norwegian.
I
remember we played them. Maybe last year in the Champions League. Yeah,
we
Champions League. I think we played them.
Yeah, we played them in Europa. So, have they played in the Champions League?
Or it might have been Europa then. It must have been Europa. Because when you drop down, I think we dropped down and then end up playing them or whatever. But
why not? I have no idea, mate. I have no idea. I think Chile's checked out this season.
Yeah, he's checked out, man.
I think you'll probably see him next season. You know what I mean? Because
he's been in our chat. He has been in our chat.
He's active. He's active in our chat, but his head's gone. He ain't putting his face on there. You'll probably see the replay of this. You know what I'm saying? But Madison is backing. He's backing his gaffer. He's manager.
He's on the tape.
My manager.
Madison's on the tape, Norm. He's on the tape. Madison's on the tape. There's no way. I suppose you have to. He's still your boss. He's still your current boss, but just don't say nothing, man. Why are you coming out? Like, you're putting yourself out there to get hated on by the Spurs fans. Like, relax with that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well,
man.
listen, they're at home to Bodo Glimt tomorrow. I think, Tottenham are favourites to win that game, but you just never know. When it comes to this stage, though, anything can happen. Yeah, anything can happen. It depends on what Bodo Glimt do in the first leg, because they're obviously going to be away to Tottenham right now. If it's a tight thing, and then Bodo Glimt take them back to their stadium, then boy, it could be a bit of a mad team. Could go to penalties. Like that's how Bodo qualified to get into the semi-finals. You know what I mean?
2-0. 2-0 Inter.
2-0.
My lord, 2-0 Inter, mate. Dumfries. 2-0 Inter, bro.
I want Inzaghi. I want Inzaghi. Flicks. Anti-flicks, man. Anti-flicks. Not anti-flicks.
It was a bad boy goal as well, man. He just clapped that. Dumfries. My goodness. Hansi, again, set piece again, corner. Headed down. Blaps. What? Nah.
Are they playing at home or away?
Where is this?
Is it
I
inside?
think it's
Barcelona.
I think it's at Inter, Yeah, it's at Inter because it's at Inter, yeah. But I think because Barcelona are in their home kit, but it's at Inter. Because they're playing in wide.
Let me tell you this. They're going to be a hard team to block down.
Yeah.
They're going to be a hard team to block down. Yeah? They're going to be a hard team. Is Omar losing it? Omar B, if you go on your phone and type in Omar YBT, he's a big Barcelona fan, yeah? Go subscribe to Omar, man. He is probably losing it big time, bro. He's doing a watch-along now. He's doing a watch-along now. But listen,
it says Barcelona Inter, like Barcelona are at home.
If Barcelona are at home, then they're finished.
They're at home.
They're finished. They're finished.
Qatar Airways on the sideboard.
They're finished. They're finished.
They can't be 21 minutes,
They're finished. Big D, they are finished.
Hansi Flick must be losing his mind. Yeah, look at him. He looks fuming. He's fuming.
They're winning 2-0 away.
I know. He's fuming. He's got his hands folded like this, no. He's got his hands folded. He's like,
the thing about Barcelona, they're good going forward, but they are, what's the name when it comes to the defense? It's shaky.
Because that's your old goalkeeper there, isn't it? Chesney.
Yeah, Chesney.
Yeah, that's what I looked at him. I went, this brother, I remember this brother. Yeah, Chesney, man, like Chesney.
Barcelona's goalkeeper, the guy, I can't remember, he had a big injury. That's why he came in.
Did it?
I don't know if it was an ACL or whatever. It was something. Right. But Omar is, listen, bro, go and watch Omar's watch along. He's losing it.
Yeah, this is the Camp Nou.
Away at Camp Nou.
Hold on. This is Camp Nou. Yeah, it's at Barcelona, mate. Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
24 minutes, 2-0 down. That made no sense, man.
Let me tell you this now, yeah? Inter are winning the Champions League. Inter Milan are winning the Champions League, Big D.
Who's that? I don't even know who their coach is again.
Yeah? You what I said?
Ingazi, in it.
Inzaghi.
Yeah.
Just got to go back. Barcelona just got to go back 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. Yes, just.
So I talk too soon there. Talk too soon there, bro. Yamal, top player. Yeah, the chain smoker, Szczesny. Do you remember him?
That's the one. Yeah.
I remember that game when we lost to Birmingham, bro, in the League Cup final. Man just sat on the floor. Yeah?
And
sat in the chain smoking, Proper chain smoker. But anyway, bro, as I said, Tottenham, they play at home. You guys go away to Atletico Bilbao. What are your chances? Do you think you're going to come away with anything? Or do you think you're going to get your butts whooped? Oh, sentiments. No, it's sentiments, not why not. It's sentiments. You see, sometimes why not? You're on your other channels, they call you why not. I know you're sentiments. We all know you're sentiments.
Sentiments. Yeah.
So, bro, we're going to call you sentiments, yeah? I know on other channels you're called why not? Yeah, why not? I know your sentiments, man. Yeah, I know it's you, bro. I know it's you.
For some reason, Norms, we have managed to figure out in this tournament what we haven't figured out in the league. And so, but I look at what they're doing in their league with the best defensive record, and I'm like, you saw how we struggled to break down Bournemouth at the weekend. I'm like, I don't see how we break them down, even though we've got them beaten to this point. How if we struggle against? If you have to remember the Hoyland goal, the ball actually hit him, no, rather than he hit the ball. You know the ones, but the way he was slitting his throat and doing the foolishness, like he was bagging it like a bagsman. Stop it. So that's what we're relying on. Again, Bruno's been very inconsistent, and I think that's what you're relying on. You're relying on Bruno. Do you throw Ahmad in there? Maybe you roll the dice with Ahmad. Maybe you just do, because you say, okay, the kid's back. The kid's got some magic about him. Yes, we don't want him getting injured again. But real talk, my job's on the line. So don't be surprised if he rolls the dice on Ahmad as well and plays Bruno, plays Ahmad in the 10, plays Bruno in the pivot, which allows him to pull forward. So, I don't know how to call this one, man. It's really watch it and see, literally. Because of our inconsistency going up against a team that has been consistent in the way they defend. They don't score a lot, Norm. That's probably where they're similar to us in they're not clinical. But
if they've got a good defensive record, man, and that is the thing.
We struggle to break down
exactly
the low block teams, Norm. When they sit in the low block, we struggle.
Sentiment says, D, did you see Bilbao against Madrid? Their keeper, Spain #1, decent, very well organised.
That's what I'm saying. Defensively, they've got even though they're only fourth in Champions League. They're fourth in their league with the best defensive record. That's a worry for me. That's just like, these man can defend.
Yeah. You have to, D. You have to. But even saying that, even if you get something there, it's what you do at your ground. Because when I saw
we fluff our lines in it.
Yeah, exactly. When I saw you
stage fright.
Leon went down to 10 men, my brother.
And we got stage fright. You imagine. We're a man up and we just slabby head. You know what I said to you, maybe about a month ago, I said something we're talking about, and I said the batch is too heavy for them, Like it might be an honor. I said the batch is too heavy for him. Yeah. Yes, the defense is very inconsistent, but you put that weighty shirt on and you scan the ground and you see 70 or 80 or whatever it is now, 85, whatever it is, and you say, I'm at Old Trafford, boy. And then because you're scared to make a mistake, you make mistakes. Because that's the first objective in your mind, that can't make a mistake, can't give the ball away. That's why you saw Luke Shaw there, knowing that he's not really fully fit. And you saw him have a stinker the weekend. I just said, just bench this guy. Do not give him an opportunity to get back in this England squad. Bench him. And you just play him to shore things up, literally. No pun. Just like, you 1-0 up and you want an extra defender, you just take him on. He's taking an attacking option off. But I've seen enough from this guy to say he's a fraud. Bro, sentiments is proper stage fright, at Old Trafford. That's what I'm seeing all season, where players that can do something. They're not all awful players, and the thing of the majority, you're just like, my head hurts. And so to say I got chest with this one, I'll be lying. I ain't got chest with this one. I'm just being honest.
Man.
Listen, and I think we've got to do damage there as well, Norm. We've got to try and get a goal there.
I think
and come back and.
What I would say is that if anybody's going to probably turn up and he's done it in a few of your games, is your captain Bruno. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot on Bruno, and there's been a lot on him all season. But he wanted the armband. The armband is super heavy. He said he wanted it. He took it off of Slabhead. I actually don't want to see Slabhead playing that game. I would rather delete that way. We can actually press a little bit. I think we sit too deep with Slabhead.
But do you go with Ugarte? Do you know like a double pivot? Would you go with Ugarte and Casemiro, or what would you do there?
Ugarte, Casemiro, or no. I want Bruno. I want Bruno there.
Oh, so you want Bruno?
Somebody and Bruno. Ugarte? Yeah, Ugarte and Bruno or Casem Bruno. I actually don't mind. I would
Okay,
actually
and then
gamble.
what about Maino?
I would
What about Maino? So you want Maino? Would you want Maino playing further up as that's
Yeah. So if I'm playing
Ten.
Maino, I'd actually gamble Maino with Ericsson in the 10.
right?
Yes,
Oh,
you lose a little bit of
okay.
pace there.
Yeah.
Because then you're not just relying on Bruno creating from deep. You've got Ericsson
Mhm.
that can create. So this is what I would just gamble. Even if you play Ericsson for 50 minutes to an hour, I would just give it a go there.
Mm.
But I think he's gonna go defensive, Norm. I already know it. He
Mm.
won't hear this. He might watch our podcast. He might just jump in and say,
Look
"Yeah,
at
this
our
Big D
podcast,
man, I
you know
don't
what I
really know him, but he was just telling me that I should go 2 10s. Just gamble it."
No,
Because
D,
at the
you
end
need
of the
to
day,
D, I know you said you want to go and sit around. I know you want to go and sit down with him in the office, but sometimes you need to grip a man up, you know.
just grabbing my neck back, my shirt collar, because I do, like I said earlier, he does some really stuff like you think he's concussed. Why he thought this was a good formation, and then he changes it eventually,
Yeah.
normally too late, and then you scum back a goal because we deserve nothing from the Bournemouth game, Norm. Absolutely nothing. Not on that performance. And I just think, all season we've been doing this, and there's riding luck and there's taking the pee out of the fans, and I think there's an element of both. I've played team sports. I've known. We've gone on the basketball court, Norm, and changed it up because it just ain't been working. We just said, listen, man, we're going with the hot hands. Forget the pick and rolls and all that. We're going with the hot hands and get back in this game. Coach said, no one's listening to me. But coach, we're only 2 points down now. We were 15 points down.
Yeah.
At the last time out.
Sometimes you just got to take, you got to take the initiative.
And I actually don't mind if some of these players just stick their neck out and say, you know what, this is not quite working. We're going to just mix it up a bit and take that backlash in the changing room afterwards, man. But if we could go there and grab a goal to bring back home, it's a positive. But boy, yeah, there's no faith there, Norm. Unfortunately, I'm backing them, but it's a hard back after what I saw at the weekend with Bournemouth.
Flipping
these
back
guys
to
are better than Bournemouth, Norm.
Definitely. Flipping back to Arsenal, sentiment says to break down a low block, you need creativity. So what happens? We saw you or us yesterday need a creativity for a goal to bring on. What is it? Brings on a centre back that has turned into a fullback.
Right.
This is
and that's what I said
lustrous manager, Mr. Captain Black, Mr. Toupee. I'm convinced he's wearing a toupee.
Is it?
Yeah.
He went to Turkey and got that good job done.
I'm going to personally go down there and take it off. Yeah. The man is really bald. Listen, he's bald, man. Don't let me fool you. Yeah. I've seen him without his hair. Yeah.
It's too perfect, isn't it, Norm? It's too perfect, man. It really is. It's like, it's too perfect. It's like, this haircut, bro. What is with that? Yeah.
And then your fraud, Mr. Eric Ten Egghead.
Has he got a new job now, Norm? I've been keeping up.
I think he's still on gardening leave.
I think, you know, like, Eric was so bad, and the rumours come in and just followed suit, that everyone forgets that Eric started the season. You know what I mean? So everyone's putting the burden on Ruben, but they actually forget that he actually came into an Eric Ten Hag trade.
This is hashtag bring Ten Hag back, isn't it? Hashtag say sorry to Ten Hag.
No. He had to
be your worst manager. Amrin's got to be your worst manager, Big D, bro.
In terms of not being able to turn around a train crash team, because the team had crashed. That's why Eric got fired. Yeah. You bring him in, saying this guy knows what he's doing. He'll stabilize the ship.
4 points of a top 4, you know.
And we're 20. It's just like, how are we 20, guys? And like I say, we haven't won a back-to-back game all season. It's like crazy. Wow.
That is.
And when you see Wolves doing it, 6 on the bounce, you're like, how are Wolves above us? Wolves were in the relegation. You know what I mean? Like they're hanging on for their life, and then suddenly
they came and dumped on you at Old Trafford, Cunha, the player that you want.
Well, the Cunha thing, you see, is it Paul Scholes got his concerns? These guys always, every time I link to someone, they've always got their concerns. I'm like, listen, man, we need attacking options. You see, that's what I just said. Ericsson, there you go, Cheetah. But you see, I'm a man that's gonna throw Cheeto in. But they're gonna look at it. The board are gonna say you can't be paying Rasmus all that money for a kid off the academy to come and replace him. He don't look good. I bet you if you want to move him on, and he's not playing, how do you command anything decent for him? Yeah. They're saying that a couple of Italian teams have been looking at him.
Looking at him.
So that he fits their profile. It's a profile of what? What, slit his throat every 10 games when he scores? What 1 in 10? And child, bruh. Stop it. Someone should just shake the kid and say, stop doing that celebration. You're not clinical. When you're clinical, you can do that. But until you get clinical, stop it. Just park that. Put that in the back of your brain and leave it there until you become a clinical striker, scoring 1 and 2. Until you do that, stop slitting your throat because you're not a bad man.
I said Bun Rasmus.
Bun Rasmus. or Burner Rashford. I mean, that's yeah. And someone said it's not all his fault. It's not all his fault. I said, well, what does he do in training then? Does he not practice scoring goals? I mean, get out of here, man. Even if you're not getting the ball as often as you want to, Norman, when you get the ball, show me that you're a striker. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Show me that you're a striker when you get the ball.
Well, let me congratulate Crystal Palace for getting to their third final in their tenure. Yeah. Actually, funny enough, two of those finals, they lost against you, Man United.
Yes, that's right. Yes. I remember.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
They're now in their third final, and how they slapped up Aston Villa.
That was wild to watch, wasn't it?
Papa Sarr, Mr. Sarr. Papa was a rolling stone.
Papa boy,
Well, listen, the man, did he score an hat-trick? Or did he need it? Was he on an hat-trick? Did he? Am I seeing things or hearing things? Or was he nearly on a hat-trick?
I think he was nearly on a hat-trick, wasn't he? Well, you know, like in our other WhatsApp group, like because my nephew that lives
2-2 now, 2-2. They're back on track.
They're back
2-2.
They're back on yeah.
Back on track. Desmond 2-2. Right, hold on a minute. Let me go. What was the game?
FA Cup, was it? FA Cup.
That was
Villa Palace.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah. That was the first one, and City played the Sunday one, didn't they?
Why do I think they scored more goals?
3-0. 3-0.
No, I thought they scored more. Ismail Sarr, getting 2 goals.
Yeah.
Eze, what a player! I'd love him in my side, mate. Yeah.
You see Eze?
That's right. Because Ismail Sarr got the assist. Yeah, and Mateta. As a plan B option, I wouldn't mind him in my side. Misses a penalty, but they literally could have scored 4 or 5 goals. The amount of chances they had, post hit and all of that, unbelievable. Yeah. Listen, Villa kind of falling off a little bit, but I'm really happy for Crystal Palace, and they're going to meet Man City in the finals. Please, listen, Man City. I think Man City have now made how many semi-finals? I can't remember. There was a stat of how many semi-finals they've done in a row. It's something ridiculous. I can't remember. If anybody knows in the chat, put it in the chat. Yeah, but they've been the most finals back to back. Yeah, it's
in the last 10 years, isn't it?
Yeah, something like, what was it?
Yeah, they've been to a lot of finals.
I can't remember it. But if anybody knows,
even our one last year. Like they were hungover, so we took advantage of that. You know what I mean? But they still got there. They still got
Crystal Palace, I need them to do something. Not because listen, if Man City, go on and win, the FA Cup, with the season that they've had, look, Pep's come out and said, look, even if we do win the FA Cup, it doesn't paper over the cracks, man, because we have had a bad season. We have had a bad season, and they have very high standards. But listen, if they do win a cup, they would have done better than us. Well, I say potentially, because at the moment we still don't know. We don't know what's going to go on when we go over to PSG. So we'll see what happens. But listen, congratulations to Crystal Palace getting to third final in their history, and let's hope that they can cause an upset against Man City because obviously they're going to be the favourite. I think Haaland is still injured because he hasn't.
Yeah, he's still injured. Yeah,
he's still injured.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether
so
be
a lot of pressure.
I don't know if he's going to be out. Was he out for the season? I'm not too sure. I'm not really hearing.
Yeah, I thought he was, but the technology now with their recovery, you know what I mean? Because I never expected to see Ahmad for the rest of this season, and here we are back in training and training and full on training with the first team. He's not even trained on his own; he's back with the first team training. So that just tells you that technology, the oxygen chamber, all these things that speed up the recovery of the muscle tissues, all this kind of stuff. So great technology. I was shocked when they said he's back in training. I was like, rah. I thought you were done for the season, my guy. But there we go. Yeah. But like I say, we have to roll the dice now. And
definitely.
Just roll the dice, man. Because
definitely. Was there anything over the weekend, ref watch, anything that concerned you? You know, Ivan Nielsen, obviously he got sent off against you. Was that a sending off? I've heard that. Did he get overturned?
No, who was it that they said he slipped and he stands up? Who was that?
Even in your game, wasn't it?
Yes, the
Ivan Nielsen
striker.
Ivan Nielsen.
Yeah.
I think they appealed it. I'm sure I saw something flashed up on my thing to say that. I think they won the appeal.
It could have gone either way, you know. Yeah, that could. Yeah.
He slips. He slips. Yeah.
But I think if he stays on, we lose that game now.
Yeah.
They were cooking us, man, and I get it. We're not at full pelt because we got one. Well, we got 2 feet on the end of the game, which is wild because it's not professional.
Yeah.
And if you're not up for it, tell the gaffer you're not up for it. Like don't take the starting lineup and you're coasting the game because I think that's mad disrespectful to the fans. But I think that was one of our worst games. So for us to get that it was like I say, it hit him. He knew nothing about that. That ball hit him rather than he hit the ball, and we're 1-1, and it's like wow.
Yeah.
But
to be perfectly honest, we always gonna look at ref watch. I mean, as the season's kind of drawing to a 9 now, it's not gonna really make any significant difference apart
from really,
position.
unless when you get to a final.
But
you know what I mean.
In this case, I'm just looking at the league. Yeah, really, the league's done. Yeah, you finish where you finish. You're not going to get relegated. Apart from your league positioning in terms of how much prize money you get, maybe that's probably
important as well
in the back of their mind. So it could be that they could be looking at that, and you probably got the owner say, "Listen, don't get any more red cards, or don't get any more this." And don't. I mean,
that's right. Yeah. Just temperament of the game, isn't it? Controlling the game, in-game management. In the case of us and you and Tottenham, managing your core, because you don't want that core getting injured before the next big game in Europe. Otherwise, that's a whole madness again. So
coming down, people. Stay with us.
Here we go. Right, Simon Jones. Yeah, man, that's the brother. That's boy. Watch him now. He's got a little bit of a gap over Bosman. Dale Grady just leapfrogged me into third. Jay's still keeping a Europa League spot. Kudos.
I mean, Philip Edley's on a tail though.
Yeah, that's my guy. This is the guy that was cigar and champagne at the weekend I cooked him. I absolutely cooked him though, without foolishness. He wouldn't back them. He said, "It's too early to call the league. It's too early."
So he's bringing out the champagne and cigars. Yeah?
Champagne and cigars. Yeah. He don't even smoke or drink. Well, there you go. He's there puffing on cigars, and he said, I took a sip of the champagne because he's not a drinker like that. I know he's not. So I actually roasted him. I said, "Brother, now you got chest." When I was backing his team more than he was. From what I was seeing, the football eyes didn't lie to me. The eye test. Yeah. So we are. Yeah. As you can see, Norm. So we still got points to be added there, Norm. So the game tomorrow, the Brentford Forest game, gets added to this.
I think she's got a couple of players. I think she's got.
I got 2. Yeah, I got 2. So hopefully I can get into the 2. So if I can get into the 200s, the two 200s, which really with 2 players, you should be able to get 3 points out of 2 players. Then I'm still 54 points. You know what I mean? He's still got 4 games to rein him in, but he's doing all right. He's been consistent, Simon. So yeah.
Oh well.
And then the usual suspects are propping up. You know what I mean? So you can You can flip onto R1, see what R1's saying, no, our personal one.
Drum roll.
Go on, Gnomes. What we got? What we got? What we got?
There's been a change. There's been a change. Kofi might want to see a VR check, but no.
The Nomsky got him.
You
got him, Noms.
You ready? You ready, everybody? You ready?
Boom.
Boom.
Kofi got 5 red, you know. He's not been consistent with his
Look pan my
look at me leapfrogging these mans. Yeah, boy. Champions League spot, boy.
Because you wasn't doing too well, D. You was there down in the Europa League positions, but bro, I had to go above Kofi, and if he's watching this on playback, because my film is better than yours. Yeah,
how is Kofi replicating JP? What's going on here? 5 reds on the bounce, you know.
Yeah, but you know, Kofi has done well. Like he's done well at the start of the season. Yeah.
So it's catch up.
JP, I feel sorry for him, my brother. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you, man.
That's why I said, JP. If you want to keep taking United, I'll just pick everyone else.
That's the reflection, bro. That's the reflection, my friend.
That is our season, unfortunately, JP.
It just shows how bad Man United are.
And Chile there. Blue, red, blue. Okay.
So you've jumped about because Chile above you at one point.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah.
Well, listen, I might be.
That's a huge green for me. I'm taking that green, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Big up to you. Listen, I might be second in the Premier League, but I'm second on the what's going on prediction league table.
Top
I need to keep that spot, man. I need to keep that spot, man. So game week 35 this weekend is coming up. So guys, on our chat, let's get those game week 35s in.
Yeah, I mean,
let's see how we do. But look, it's been fantastic.
Mine's in.
Yours isn't already. Look at that. Villa 2, Fulham 1. Oh, right. Okay.
Just roll the dice with that one.
Roll the dice with that one. Roll the dice and see what I go with that one. 2-1 is a good shot. You know what I mean? 2-1 is a good shot. Basically, them coming off the back of losing to losing to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I think what's the name? He's got a good point to prove there.
Listen, Mr. William Sireko, my brother.
Big up yourself, man.
Big up yourself,
yes,
bro.
William. Nice one,
Big
man.
up yourself. And if anybody has not subscribed to me, then subscribe. Yeah. Everybody tell Big D start up his own channel.
I know, man. No.
Listen, man. No, but I gotta say, big props to you, Big D, man. You've been there from almost the inception of this channel.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love.
The only probably time you don't get a chance to actually come on live with me is when you're out at sea. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Literally. And they messed me up, you know. They promised I'll be in docks. I said, yeah, but being docks, I got to log on. And then they just went out to sea. I said, yo, you mugged me off, man.
That is, man. But big up to everybody, man.
Yeah,
listen,
man.
It's been lit. The chat has been lit. If you are watching this on playback, people, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share if you're new. Now, tomorrow I'm gonna be on Shane Gooner's channel, which is the Bruised Banana. It's kicking off at 8:30, but I'll be on maybe around about 9ish because I've just got other commitments before that. But I did promise him I will be on that. I was meant to be doing a match reaction for the Bournemouth game, but I won't be able to watch the Bournemouth game. But I might do something quite unusual this weekend. I'm going go-karting with a couple of the BT man them. You know how it goes. So I might do a little vlog thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know yet. Let me know. I don't know. Should I do it? I don't know, man. Because you know, I mean, when you're recording, especially on your phone and that, and you know, you've got a lot of things. I don't know if you're able to. It will take a long time to process it and to upload it. I might have to transfer it, or might have to split it up into segments. I don't know. I'm still kind of like, I don't know. I might just do little 10 minutes segments, lot sort of thing. Yeah, it's nothing going to be too whatever. Just be down at the go-karting place. You know what I mean? and maybe having a few banter chats with some of the Arsenal, because most of these guys are Arsenal mans. Some of them are positive Arsenal followers, like, you know, certain mans that will back Odegaard to the hill. So I'm going to be having a serious conversation with him on that Saturday. So you might catch me having a conversation where I might record it and then upload it on, rather than, it won't be a live, so it'll be pre-recorded. But I hope you'll probably enjoy the content there. So something a little bit different. So I won't be able to watch the Bournemouth game. I won't be able to do the match reaction. So Rashid, if you're listening, if you're watching this on playback, I won't be able to come on you to do a match reaction. But I know that I'll text you and let you know. But yeah, these are some of the things that I'm doing on a Monday. On with Aaron, Weekend Hangover, great show. Go on sub to Aaron, Talks Football. There's a new thing now where I'm involved with Northside. Big up to Northside, really appreciate where we're going to be doing the Arsenal show, a weekly show where myself, Southern Guna, Gundown, where we're going to be talking about Arsenal. So he's doing that show. Listen, Northside is putting the work in. I don't know how he does it, but big up to him, and thanks for allowing me to come on your platform and to share my thoughts and stuff like that. And it's about, the community coming together, sharing and that. So, getting around a bit, doing the old, emergency streams with Lee Gunner. Bro, listen, man, you have to make sure you're on Lucozade. You understand?
The ones.
You will be on Lucozade because, or any kind of sugar that will keep you awake, bro. Lee, I'm confessing now. If you're watching this, on playback, Lee, bro, there was one point, when I was on your stream, and my eyes just shut down.
The ones that's like, boom.
Eyes just shut down, and then I had to wake up quickly, man. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I don't know how Lee Gunner does it, bro. But big up to Lee Gunner, big up to them mans, them. You know what I mean? It's been absolutely lit. Please, as I said, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. What do you think about the new Leeds transfer? But do you know, I haven't really gone into. I haven't looked into that. But what I would say is that, bro, you see the stadium thing that they're going to be doing.
Yeah, Leeds.
Leeds, yeah.
Okay. Got some money in it. Got some money in Yorkshire. That's good.
It looked nice though. I'm not going to lie. It looked nice. No, do you know what? I've not even looked at that camera. Sorry about that, man. I'll be lying if you know what I mean. So if that is the case, about this new Leeds transfer, Jay Beezy. I don't know too much about it. What's going on with it before we go? What's happening with it? Because we haven't started the daily transfer thing yet. That's gonna be coming soon. Where weekly we will be looking at all the transfer when this window does open. We know it's going to be open from the 1st of June to the 10th of June because of the World Cup thing. So
mix it up on there.
Yeah. So we will.
So it's going to be an early window, isn't it? Earlier window.
Yeah, it's only about 10 days. It's open for 10 days.
Actually,
until the end of whatever it is. So man, lots of work to be done. Big Berta, cheese wire settings. Yeah, needs to really start acting now. Next week is a massive game. I will be doing a watch along. That's it. That's all right. I'm going to be doing a watch along on the Wednesday. For the second leg of that semi-finals. I don't know whether we're going to be able to turn it around. I'm not going to lie, Big D. I don't know if we're going to be able to turn it around. You know what I mean? Tomorrow, I will be tuning in. Well, when I say tuning into your game, getting a chance, casting an eye on it to see how you guys get on. Going to be tough, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
But you know what? What really... Let me just finish on this, D. Let me just finish on this. If by any chance we get knocked out next week and you or Tottenham go on and win the Europa League,
it's peak, isn't it?
It's finished.
Yeah, it's peak.
It's absolutely...
he's not going anywhere. On that big contract, he's not going anywhere. That's a marriage already made.
It's just not the one, is it? It's just not the one. It's just not the one. But people, listen, we're out of here. Take care. Hit the like button, subscribe and share if you're new. And we'll see you next week on the What's Going On podcast. Take care. And God bless.